Dean of Academic Programs, Professor S.T. Ramesh, and on your left, on the extreme, is Madam Professor S. Velmati. She is the coordinator of the BSc B.Ed program, and she would actually be welcoming the gathering today, but yeah. So, good morning and welcome to the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. This is the inaugural session of the one-day state-level workshop. And this is a workshop jointly coordinated by the National Council for Teacher Education, NCTE, and the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. And in this workshop, where the focus will be on capacity building, and the participants today are principals of CBSE schools, and we have the Kendriya Vidyalayas, the Navodaya Vidyalayas, and the other Vidyalayas that offer a CBSE program gathered here to benefit from this one-day capacity building program. We start the inaugural session with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. This will be followed by the Saraswati Vandana played on a soundtrack, and then we will have the Tamil Thai Vaalthu, and finally the rendering of Vande Mataram. This happens to be the 150th year when we commemorate that great song, which is today the national song. So we will now have the lighting of the lamp. May I request the dignitaries to light the lamp.
शारदे देवी काश्मीर पुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे। या श्रद्धा धारणा मेधा वाग्देवी विधिवल्लभा भक्तजिह्वाग्रसदना क्षमादि गुणदायिनी।
We will follow Saraswati Vandana with Tamil Thai Vaalthu.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கிளிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமெதில் தெக்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தைத்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மனத்தை இருந்து பெறும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீலமை திரும்பி எந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Please remain standing for the national song.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां शस्यश्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्नां पुलकितयामिनीं पुल्लकुसुमितं द्रुमदलशोभनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्। जय जय भारत।
Please be seated. We will now have the NCTE's Dheya Geet. Please rise for the Dheya Geet. This is the invocation by the NCTE.
Guru tamo dhamah, Guru tamo dhamah, Gyan arjan sarjan, Vitran samupyog nam, Shikshak shiksha vandan, NCTE prabandhan, चरैवेति सुरभि सुविचार का वंदन
सुगम शिक्षा सनातन ज्ञान के संस्कार का वंदन
चरैवेति चतुर्दिक ज्योति शिक्षा प्रभु प्रकाशित राष्ट्र हो अपना सुविकसित और सबल निज राष्ट्र का साकार हो सपना
हो नैतिक पारदर्शी मूल्यों के उजियार का वंदन
सुगम शिक्षा सनातन ज्ञान के संस्कार का वंदन चरैवेति सुशिक्षण शोध कौशल का सफल संधान हो विद्या सुधी आचार्यों शिष्यों के हित वरदान हो विद्या
सहज शिक्षा प्रणाली के प्रबल आधार का वंदन
सुगम शिक्षा सनातन ज्ञान के संस्कार का वंदन चरैवेति चिरंतन ज्ञान सूय यज्ञ की मति वेदिका पावन हरोहर योग संस्कृति की सुहावन साध मन भावन
सरल समुचित समन्वय ध्येय नव आचार का वंदन
सुगम शिक्षा सनातन ज्ञान के संस्कार का वंदन चरैवेति प्रामाणिक मानकों और मानदंडों का नियंत्रण सम सुवासित NCTE प्रयोजन ज्ञान अर्चन नम
अखिल भारत में गौरव चेतना विस्तार का वंदन
सुगम शिक्षा सनातन ज्ञान के संस्कार का वंदन चरैवेति
Please be seated. We've had a very soulful invocation as a very auspicious way to start the day. And the two songs that were sung as part of the prayer, the Tamil Thai Vaalthu, was our way of respecting Mother Tamil. And the national song also is Vande Mataram, seeing the mother in the nation conceived as the mother. And the Dheya Geet, which captures the spirit of the workshop today, also talks about walking a path towards Suvikasit Bharat, a positive development, and a Subel, positive strength. So the spirit of the workshop captured in those two words, and then mode of delivery also, I thought, captured in that Dheya Geet, which talks about Sugam Siksha. The child must not only find it easy to learn, but then enjoy the learning process. And what kind of learning? Sanatana Gyan, perennial knowledge that is enriched by our own rich tradition. So I thought a very meaningful and wonderful beginning to, and the lighting of the lamp, the light is still on, and it is what in the Kendriya Vidyalayas they start their prayer with. It starts with Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Let the light dispel all darkness, and may that be our watchword for today. May the light dispel all the darkness. You are in Trichy, where there is always a lot of sunlight, so this light is enough to dispel all darkness. May I now invite Madam Velmati. She is a professor of chemistry and one of our most respected researchers in chemistry. She has been the architect, or in a way, of the BSc B.Ed program. Madam Akhila, in one of our meetings, expressed that the NEP 2020 has to be interpreted broadly, has to be interpreted in a creative manner, and its spirit must be imbibed fully. And one of the realizations of that spirit of NEP 2020 has been the very successful BSc B.Ed program, and the person who made it possible on our campus is Madam Akhila, Madam Velmati, who was given the charge as coordinator of the program. And it is our delight to welcome her to address this gathering and welcome you all officially to this one-day workshop. Over to you, Madam Velmati.
Thank you, sir. So, good morning, one and all. So, at the outset, I would like to thank NCTE Chairperson Shri Pankaj Arora ji and Advisor D.K. Chaturvedi ji for giving us NITT the opportunity to organize this one-day state-level workshop on capacity building and rollout of NPST and NMM. So, NCTE is a statutory body of the Government of India. It is entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring planned and coordinated development of teacher education across the country. And NIT Trichy, as a premier institution of national importance, is privileged to collaborate with NCTE in organizing this one-day state-level workshop. With our strong academic foundation, culture of excellence and experience in capacity building and research-driven initiatives, we provide an appropriate institutional platform for meaningful engagement with policymakers, administrators, school leaders, and teachers. So in this context, focused capacity building, structured professional development, and sustained mentoring assume great importance. So we are thankful to NCTE to give us an opportunity to host this event, and we are privileged to conduct this workshop for principals and teachers of KVS, NVS, CBSE, and other state board schools. So I welcome you all for this one-day state-level workshop for the NPST and NMM rollout. And first of all, I would like to thank our director, Dr. G. Akhila Madam, without whose support this workshop would not have been made possible. And I extend a warm welcome to you, ma'am. And next, I welcome our chief guest, Professor Rajni Ranjan Singh, sir, member, National Mission Mentoring Implementation Committee from National Council for Teacher Education, and he will be giving us chief guest address in a short while. So welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Asha Sundaram, Senior Consultant NCTE, Coordinator from the NCTE side, and I also welcome all the other members from NCTE, Dr. Shubha Mishra, Dr. Govar Rashid, Shri Prince and Shri Dinesh from NCTE who have arrived here at NIT Trichy to coordinate the entire event. I welcome our Registrar Sendil Kumar sir and Dean Academic Professor S.T. Ramesh, who has been constant support from the beginning of this ITEP program at NIT Trichy. I welcome the deans and then the heads of Maths, Physics and Chemistry Department, Associate Deans, other organizing committee members of NITT, faculty members, non-teaching staff and other officers from NITT, and also I invite all the ITEP students and other students for this event. I extend a warm welcome to principals and teachers from Kendriya Vidyalaya schools, CBSE schools, State Board and Tamil Nadu Model schools who have come from different places to participate in this workshop. Also, more than 500 people from KV schools of Karnataka are joining online. I also extend a warm welcome to them also. So this one-day state-level workshop has been designed as a focused capacity building and orientation program for the state functionaries, school principals and teachers. So this will facilitate information sharing, conceptual clarity and hands-on engagement through live demonstrations and registration for the NPST and NMM web portals. Hope this will be valuable in strengthening and implementing the strategy. So once again, I welcome you all for this workshop. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam. We now have memento presentation. May I request our Director, Madam Akhila, to present a memento to Professor Rajini Ranjan Singh, Member, National Mission for Mentoring Implementation Committee. That memento carries an important landmark of Tiruchirappalli, the Rock Temple. I now request Madam Director to present a memento to Madam Dr. Asha Sundaram. She is Senior Consultant with NCTE. Madam Director will now present a memento to Dr. Govar Rashid. I request Madam Director to present a memento to Madam Shubha Mishra. Madam Director will now present a memento to Mr. Prince. Mr. Dinesh will now be presented a memento by our director. Madam Velmati, coordinator of the program at NIT Trichy, will now present a memento to our director, Madam Akhila. Thank you, madam. Thank you. We will now have a video presentation. Please stand by. There will be 4 presentations. It starts with the photo of the letter from the Honorable Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, where he talks about the vital role played by teachers in shaping the future of this country. And if Vikasit Bharat is our mission and goal, then teachers hold in their hands precious resource, which is the children, and so they will be shaped to be enabled to help us realize this goal. The letter by the Honorable Minister for Education is followed by a pre-recorded message from Shri Jayan Chowdhury. He is the Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. He is also the Minister of State for Education.
Namaskar, all educators, principals, and stakeholders who have gathered here today. NEP 2020 is not just a document, it is a movement, and it is aimed at transforming India's future. We know that at the heart of this transformation is the teacher. You are the ones who shape the curiosity, the values, confidence of our next generation. And to support you in this vital role, we are rolling out two historic initiatives. First is NPST, the National Professional Standards for Teachers, and very importantly, the National Mission for Mentoring. The NPST is designed to be your professional companion, to provide a clear framework for your career growth, to recognize your efforts, your excellence, and defining standards that align with quality and equity. Complementing this is NMM. We believe that a critical way for a teacher to grow is by learning from peers and mentors. Of course, this equally applies to everyone in the school ecosystem. And I believe that schools must be open. We must encourage interface between schools and people who have achieved in all walks of life. Encourage them to engage, create a sense of community within and around the school. NMM creates a structured platform to harness that vast experience and expertise that already exists in our economy, in our society, and our system. And it is about strengthening professional collaboration and building a supportive culture of openness in our schools. I believe that mentorship is a two-way street of learning. And I'm happy to share that I have also personally enrolled as a mentor under NMM. And I'm looking forward to interacting with you, with sharing some of my own experiences, and most importantly, learning from your journeys and your insights. I urge every principal and teacher joining us to actively engage with these initiatives, to take ownership of them. They are designed to empower you, they are designed to engage with you at a deep level, and to implement NEP 2020. Please participate in NPST and NMM and take them forward. I wish you resounding success for today's workshop. Thank you.
The third pre-recorded message is from Professor Pankaj Arora. He is a chairperson NCTE.
Namaskar. Respected educators, principals, and stakeholders, I welcome you all to this one-day state-level workshop for nationwide rollout of NPST and NMM being organized by NCTE across Bharat. Every classroom in the nation carries a dream, the dream of Viksit Bharat. And at the center of that dream stands a motivated and enthusiastic teacher. साथियों, राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 ने हमें देश की शिक्षा व्यवस्था को पुनः परिकल्पित करने की सही दिशा प्रदान करने का अवसर दिया है। यह हमें यह भी स्मरण करवाती है कि शिक्षा में सार्थक परिवर्तन सशक्त शिक्षकों के साथ ही आरंभ होता है। जब उन्हें समर्थक नीतियों और अनुकूल वातावरण का सहयोग प्राप्त होता है तो शिक्षक प्रभावी होते हैं। एनसीटी का ध्येय वाक्य अब बनता जा रहा है, समर्थ शिक्षक सशक्त भारत। एनसीटीई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 के अंतर्गत परिकल्पित दो महत्वपूर्ण पहलों को प्रभावी रूप से आगे बढ़ा रहा है। एक नेशनल प्रोफेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स फॉर टीचर्स और दूसरा नेशनल मिशन फॉर मेंटरिंग। National Professional Standards for Teachers (NPST) is envisaged in Para 5.20 of NEP 2020 with a guiding framework that supports every school teacher's professional journey, celebrates excellence in teaching, and brings clarity to growth and progression while upholding highest quality and equity in teacher education for every learner in their classrooms. Alongside this, NMM from Para 15.11 of NEP 2020 builds a capacity building and professional growth where teachers learn with experienced teachers and professionals from diverse fields such as management, medical science, yoga, psychology, creative fields like videos and animation making, AI, communication, information technology, etc. Through mentoring, we connect wisdom with enthusiasm and expertise with fresh ideas. NMM एक डिजिटल मंच प्रदान करता है जो मेंटर और मेंटी के बीच होने वाले संवाद को सार्थक और प्रभावी बनाता है। मुझे यह साझा करते हुए प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि मैं स्वयं भी NMM के अंतर्गत एक मेंटर हूं और श्री जयंत चौधरी जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट इंडिपेंडेंट चार्ज स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर एजुकेशन, भारत सरकार को भी एक मेंटर के रूप में NMM कार्यक्रम से जोड़ा गया है। आज NMM से जुड़े मेंटर्स का एक व्यापक और विविध समूह राष्ट्र निर्माण में सक्रिय योगदान दे रहा है। विकसित भारत 2047 के लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ते हुए हमें यह स्मरण रखना चाहिए कि एक विकसित राष्ट्र की नींव सबसे पहले उसकी कक्षाओं में रखी जाती है। जब प्रत्येक बच्चे को प्रेरित और समर्थ शिक्षक से गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा मिलती है, तब विकसित भारत की आधारशिला सुदृढ़ और संवेदनशील बनती है। I kindly invite each one of you to actively participate and collaborate in NPST and NMM nationwide rollout in any capacity and shape both the flagship programs of NCTE, Ministry of Education, with your commitment to excellence in teaching Yuva Shakti of Bharat in classrooms. NPST और NMM के क्रियान्वयन के एक महत्वपूर्ण चरण के रूप में आपके इस प्रतिष्ठित संस्थान में आयोजित इस कार्यशाला के सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स के एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन और सक्सेसफुल ऑनबोर्डिंग के लिए मैं हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। यह कार्यशाला सार्थक और सिद्ध होगी, ऐसी पूर्ण विश्वास के साथ आप सबका इस कार्यशाला में जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Please stand by for a message from the KVS Commissioner, Shri Vikas Gupta.
NCTE द्वारा आयोजित की जा रही इस कार्यशाला में भाग ले रहे सभी सम्मानित शिक्षकों, प्रधानाचार्यों, शैक्षिक अधिकारियों तथा विभिन्न शैक्षिक संस्थानों के प्रतिनिधियों को मेरी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। देश के विभिन्न भागों से आए संस्थानों और संगठनों की सहभागिता यह दर्शाती है कि विद्यार्थियों के अपेक्षित सीखने के परिणामों को प्राप्त करना हम सभी की जिम्मेदारी है। शिक्षक, प्रधानाचार्य, शैक्षिक अधिकारी और संस्थाओं के प्रतिनिधि सभी मिलकर ही गुणवत्तापूर्वक शिक्षण सुनिश्चित कर सकते हैं। केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन वर्ष 1963 से समान, अनुशासित और गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा प्रदान करता आ रहा है। हमारे विद्यालयों में विभिन्न राज्यों, भाषाओं और पृष्ठभूमियों से आए विद्यार्थी अध्ययन करते हैं। ऐसे वातावरण में शिक्षकों और प्रधानाचार्यों की भूमिका केवल शैक्षणिक नहीं बल्कि विद्यार्थियों के सर्वांगीण विकास से भी जुड़ी होती है। अध्यापकों के लिए राष्ट्रीय व्यावसायिक मानक NPST और राष्ट्रीय मेंटरिंग मिशन NMM शिक्षकों को अपने कार्य को बेहतरीन ढंग से समझने और आगे बढ़ने का अवसर प्रदान करते हैं। NPST शिक्षक विकास के मानकीकरण पर बल देता है, वहीं NMM अनुभव आधारित मार्गदर्शन के माध्यम से व्यवसायिक सीख को सुदृढ़ करता है। इस कार्यशाला में केवीएस के साथ साथ अन्य शैक्षिक संस्थानों के शिक्षकों, प्रधानाचार्यों और अधिकारियों की सहभागिता अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं केवीएस आयुक्त के तौर पर सभी प्रतिभागियों से आग्रह करता हूं कि वे NPST और NMM के माध्यम से निरंतर सीख में संलग्न रहें तथा अपने संस्थानों में सहयोगात्मक अभ्यास को प्रोत्साहित करें, ताकि राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 की परिकल्पना के अनुरूप गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षण सुनिश्चित किया जा सके। मुझे विश्वास है कि यह कार्यशाला सभी प्रतिभागियों के लिए उपयोगी सिद्ध होगी और इसके सकारात्मक प्रभाव विद्यालयों तथा कक्षाओं तक अवश्य पहुंचेंगे। यह पहल NCTE शिक्षा मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार के मार्गदर्शन में गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा को सुदृढ़ करने की दिशा में एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। आप सभी को इस कार्यशाला के लिए मेरी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Those were presentations from the Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, the Minister of State for Education, Sri Jayant Chaudhary, message from Professor Pankaj Aroda, Chairperson NCTE, and the KVS Commissioner. And if my general knowledge serves me right, he also is a well-known writer and a cultural attaché. So it's a wonderful feature that the Commissioner of KVS is also a well-known novelist, successful novelist at that. The message that has come through in all the 4 presentations focused on one idea, the Samarth Sikshak, which is what we would call the mentor. When the great warrior in Greek mythology, Ulysses, went out to war, and Ulysses would not return for many, many years. The problem he faced was the education of his son, Telemachus. So he entrusted the education of his son, Telemachus, to his best friend, Mentor. And Mentor was to Telemachus a great teacher and also the proxy of his father. So in that idea of mentorship, the Samarth Sikshak, I thought is embedded the 2 beautiful ideas of not only the teacher, but of the parent. The teacher who can also be the parent when the child is away from home. And I thought that is a beautiful thought for this workshop, and I'm very happy to note that the refrain of the 4 presentations have been on the idea of mentoring, and becoming a Samarth Sikshak, which I thought the colleges of education are turning out such wonderful principals and educational leaders. So I thought we should be continuing this job of mentorship. Maybe with the idea of standards, it will be taken to the next level. And now it is my distinct pleasure to invite Madam Asha Sundaram. It's not long since she took charge as a consultant with NCTE. Till that time, Asha Sundaram was a very successful teacher who enjoyed her time igniting minds, and herself a trained linguist from Jawaharlal Nehru University. I'm sure she misses her classrooms these days, but then it is only an experienced teacher whose expertise is called for when the nation is forging forward towards new horizons in education. And so I thought they have decided wisely to take the help of Dr. Asha Sundaram. So from a teacher to now being part of the larger consultative body, the NCTE, she has made a transition. While we wish her well in this new role, we are looking forward to her message for the workshop participants. My distinct pleasure to welcome you, Madam, Dr. Asha Sundaram.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Director, NIT Tiruchirappalli, Dr. G. Akhila, respected Dean Academics, Dr. S.T. Ramesh, respected expert resource person, member of the NMM Implementation Committee, NCTE, Professor Rajani Ranjan Singh, respected Program Coordinator, Dr. S. Velmati, respected Directors of School Education and SCRT, principals and faculty members of DIETS, nodal officers from states and union territories, respected principals and teachers from KVS, NBS, CBSE and state board schools. On behalf of the National Council for Teacher Education, it's my privilege to welcome you to this one-day state-level workshop, Advancing Through NEP 2020, in collaboration with NIT Trichy for the nationwide rollout of the National Professional Standards for Teachers, NPST, and National Mission for Mentoring, NMM, being held at NIT Trichy. We extend our greetings to all the participants who have joined us offline and online modes to take part in the nationwide rollout. NCT is truly delighted to host this workshop at NIT Trichy, a premier institution of repute which is recognized for its academic excellence, innovation, and research contributions. NIT Trichy's active engagement in offering the 4-year Integrated Teacher Education Program, the ITEP, which is yet another NCT's flagship initiative, reflects the institution's strong commitment in nurturing quality teachers and teacher development. This workshop is a part of the series of regional workshops designed to cover the entire nation. The series began with the National Conclave at NIT Calicut in Kerala, followed by state-level workshops at NIT Warangal, and now we are privileged to host this workshop here at NIT Trichy. Simultaneously, a parallel workshop is being conducted today at Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalayam, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, making it evident that stakeholders across the country are engaged in the phase-wise rollout. According to NEP 2020, teachers must be at the center of the educational reforms in the education system. It envisions teachers at all levels, the most respected and essential members of the society, recognizing their role in shaping the next generation of citizens. In line with this vision, the NPST and NMM have designed to empower teachers, providing them with the guidance, support, and professional growth opportunities the time they need. We firmly believe that the empowered teachers lead to empowered learners and ultimately to an empowered nation. Both the initiatives are aimed at strengthening teacher education and professional growth of in-service teachers. NPST provide a clear framework that explains what is expected of teachers at different stages of their professional journey. NPST supports teachers in reflecting their own practices, understanding their strengths, and continuously improving their skills while also linking professional growth and career progression. Alongside this, the National Mission for Mentoring focuses on providing mentoring support to teachers. By creating a strong pool of experienced mentors, NMM recognized guidance, peer learning, and professional support through short-term and long-term mentoring, helping teachers address the changing needs of today's classrooms. Today's workshops bring together state functionaries, school principals and teachers on a common platform to gain awareness, engage in live demonstrations, and participate in hands-on registration on the NMM and the NPST portals. Along with that, we request all the participants to share their valuable feedback, suggestions and observations related to the portal as well as other aspects which will help us further strengthen the effective implementation of these projects at the ground level. As we move forward with today's agenda, let me please share the schedule of activities with all our distinguished participants. May I request the IT team to put the schedule of activities of today? In the inaugural session, we have addresses by our eminent dignitaries, starting with Dr. S.T. Ramesh, Dean Academic NI Trichy, followed by Dr. G. Akhila, Director NIT Trichy, and Professor Rajani Ranjan Singh, Member NMM Implementation Committee, NCTE. The inaugural session shall conclude with the national anthem by 11:45, after which we'll take a short tea break for 15 minutes. The technical session 1 is of 2 hours from 11 to 1, which is designed to provide a conceptual understanding of both the frameworks of NPST and NMM. This includes presentations by Dr. Gauhar Rashid on NPST, along with a demonstration of NPST digital portal. Similarly, Dr. Shubha Mishra will take us through the mentoring model, the NNM handbook, and the portal demonstration. The session will conclude with an interactive session, allowing the participants to clarify their queries and concerns. After a 1-hour lunch break, we'll resume with technical session 2, which will focus on hands-on practice for registration on the NPST portal as well as registration on the NMM portal. This session will be conducted in the computer lab from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and that will last about 2.5 hours. Following this, we return to the main hall for an interactive session on digital portals scheduled for 25 minutes. The day will conclude by the vote of thanks by Dr. S. Velmati and finally the national anthem marking close of today's workshop by 5 p.m. With this, we proceed further with the agenda of today's program, and we look forward for a fruitful and a productive day of learning and conversations with each one of you. And I conclude with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Asha. I now call upon the person with whom we have more quarrels in our Senate, our Dean of Academic Programs, S.T. Ramesh. He is a professor with the Department of Civil Engineering, and I thought he was into standardization long before he became Dean of Academic Affairs. He spent a lot of time in the Dean's office getting our forms ready. Today, most of our transactions happen, academic transactions happen online through forms which are originally designed by Ramesh. Maybe in recognition of that, he was made Dean Academic Programs, but he has not stopped making forms and getting people to fall in line with new systems. But a wonderfully creative person. Nevertheless, we have not stopped quarreling with him. A fine young man, and we expect more from his tenure as a Dean of Academic Programs. A cheerful, fun guy to be with, and a fine leader. It's our pleasure to have him address this fine gathering. Over to you.
Respected Director and dignitaries on the dais, and distinguished resource persons, senior officials, academicians, participants from southern states and union territories, and my dear faculty colleagues and other faculty members, those who joined for the program. It gives me an immense pleasure and privilege to felicitate this significant one-day orientation, familiarization workshop on the rollout of National Professional Standards for Teachers, NPST, and National Mission for Mentoring, two landmark initiatives that mark a transformative phase in India's educational landscape. I warmly welcome all the participants representing Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and other parts of Andaman and so on, and Puducherry for this important and timely gathering. This workshop is not merely an academic event, it is a collective step towards strengthening the foundation of our education system by empowering those who shape the minds of our future generation, that is our teachers. The Government of India, through its visionary policies under the National Education Policy 2020, has rightly recognized the quality of education is intrinsically linked to the quality of teachers. The NPST and NMM are strategic instruments to realize this vision. The National Professional Standards for Teachers is a milestone in defining and formalizing the competencies, values, and responsibilities expected of educators in the 21st century. For the first time, we have a national accepted framework that articulates what it means to be a professional teacher in India. NPST does not aim to provide to be a perspective, but rather aspirational, guiding teachers towards continuous self-improvement, reflective practice, ethical contact, and learner-centric pedagogy. By aligning teaching with professional standards, we are moving beyond traditional notions of teachers training towards a culture of lifelong professional learning. NPST recognizes that teaching is not just like a job, but a vocation that requires dedication, intellectual rigor, empathy, and adaptability. It is also ensure that teachers are equipped to nurture critical thinking, creativity, inclusivity, and holistic development among students. Equally significant, the National Mission for Mentoring, that is NMM, which complements NPST by creating a structured ecosystem of guidance and support for educators. Mentoring is an age-old tradition in India, deeply embedded in our Gurukul system, where knowledge was transmitted only through instruction, but through close intellectual and moral guidance. NMM revitalized this tradition into a model institutional framework. Through NMM, experienced and also accomplished educators will mentor young and aspiring teachers, helping them navigate the complexities of classroom teaching, curriculum implementation, assessment, and professional growth. This initiative fosters collaboration, peer learning, and mutual respect within the teaching fraternity. It also helps the bridge the gap between theory and practice, ensuring that pedagogical initiatives translate effectively into classrooms. The participation of representatives from southern states and other parts of the country are truly commendable. And this region has historically been the forefront of educational reforms, innovations, and excellence in teaching and learning. States like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka have long been recognized for their progressive educational policies and strong institutional frameworks. The active engagement for all participating regions today reflects a shared commitment to national education priorities. I would like to also appreciate the team of our organizing team, especially for NIT, including director and also register, resource persons, and the coordinators who have worked diligently to bring out this workshop to a fruitful platform. The careful planning, coordination, and also intellectual inputs that have gone into a program will undoubtedly contribute to the success. And as we deliberate on NPST and also NMM today, let us remember that policies and frameworks achieve meaning only when translated into action at the grassroots level. The real impact of these initiatives will be visible in classrooms, in teacher-student interactions, in inclusive learning environment, and in the overall quality of education across the institutions. I urge all the participants to engage actively, share their experiences, raise constructive questions, and take back the actionable insights to their respective institutions. Let this workshop be the beginning of a sustained journey towards the professional excellence, collaborative mentoring, and transformative teaching process. In conclusion, I extend my heartfelt felicitations to all involved in this landmark initiative. May this workshop inspire us to collectively elevate the teaching profession, nurture future-ready educators, and contribute meaningfully to the nation building through quality education. I wish this one-day orientation familiarization workshop for every success, and thank you all. Good luck to you, and Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Ramesh. Our director, Dr. G. Akhila, has specialized in computer science, and long before we started talking about Indian knowledge system, she explored the algorithmic possibility of working in Indian logic, the Nyaya Shastra, and that is where she comes from. That is her work as a specialist in computer science. But what is more interesting is what she does as a director. One of the many things she does as director at NIT Trichy is to throw our gates open to children from the schools near and far. The children, especially from the government schools, are brought here in bus loads, and they are taken around our campus so that children who come from not so privileged backgrounds are exposed to an institute of national eminence like the NIT Tiruchirappalli. And she also finds time to spend time with the children and inspire them. She talks to them, tells them what it takes to come to NIT Tiruchirappalli, And I thought, I'm sure many of those children are now dreaming about coming here, and they are dreaming while they are still awake, which means that we are sure many of our future NIT Tiruchirappalli children would be among those inspired by Madam Akila. And I thought, in the spirit of NEP 2020, it is written that we would be able to spread out and empower those around us. And she has been doing that as the director of NIT Tiruchirappalli. And I thought it's such a wonderful occasion that she is presiding over this when we are having a conversation with educational administrators and teachers. So our pleasure, Madam, to welcome you and request you to address the gathering.
வணக்கம். தேசிய தொழில்நுட்ப கல்லூரி திருச்சிராப்பள்ளி தங்கள் அனைவரையும் மிகவும் சிரம் தாழ்த்தி கரம் கூப்பி வணங்கி வாழ்த்தி வரவேற்கின்றோம். Good morning to everyone seated here, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. One thing was lingering in my mind, the uniqueness of this particular crowd, the teachers and to be the teachers. So this is the specific component or composition of this crowd, and I am very proud to say that I am also a teacher. So always we feel proud to be a teacher. I would like to start the discussion or whatever I would like to convey to you with the Tirukural. Karka kasadara karpavai katrapin nirka adarku taga. Everybody we know about the meaning of this, but anyway the people who are in Karnataka who are working, that is attending online, I would like to give the meaning for this. Learn thoroughly what should be learned, and after learning, live in accordance. Even you found that linguist. That was the bond happened within 1 second. That is the power of teachers, and whenever we see others, for example, if I see any person in computer science and engineering, immediately a kind of bonding will come. Whenever you see an economics person, this is happening with all the, I can say the departments or the disciplines. So apart from that, as a teachers, what are our responsibility and how we can train our young minds so that they are going to be the pillars of Vikasit Bharat 2047. Yes, my dear teachers and all the principals here, we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders in transforming or in communicating this to the teachers available in our schools, and in turn it has to reach the grassroots levels, that is to the students. So always I'll think, I'll have one thing in my mind, and this crowd is the apt crowd, what I would like to convey to them. When I interact with all my students at the institution, that is at the undergraduate level, all our students are best students from around India, all over India, all the states, from all the states we have students, and we have students from international level also. But what I would like to inculcate among the students is, whenever you are giving 100% importance to your education, that is the learning, please take care of your physical well-being and mental well-being too. But at the age of 18, when they are coming over here, yes, at least 80 to 90% of their thinking has been formed. But at the school level, the teachers, the principals here, you can make the transformation in the students' thinking or in their mind. It is only in your hands, my dear principals here. Why I am very particularly emphasizing on this point is, yes, they are very good in their academic and everything, but coming to the social interaction or interaction with students or others, that is the same department or other department, yes, 80% of the students are doing well, but we as a teacher, we have to worry about all the 100% of the students. So my appeal to all the people, the principals and all the teachers here, and to be the teachers from NIT Tiruchirappalli, that is our BSc, BH students who are doing their first year and second year at NIT Tiruchirappalli, We have to first experience that, then we can give back or we can tell that to our students. So with respect to physical well-being, mental well-being, and apart from this, that standards, whatever you are going to have it in the next few sessions, everything we will be mixed with a lot of information. But as a teacher, can we give the set of procedures or SOPs? Yes, you have to follow this, follow this, follow this. Apart from this, one more thinking is there, that is your creativity and your innovation in teaching. And all the AI tools also I have to touch upon right now. All the tools you are using they are only the tools. That's why it is called the tools. It is not the whole thing. Being a computer science engineering profession, I am very much proud to give all the tools to you. But whether all the tool can do 100%, is it possible? Who are giving the contents to that? It is only we, the teachers. So our creativity, our innovation, we have to take up that, and we have to use the tool as an accessory so that it is going to reach to our students, that is school students. So two things I have appealed to you: the kind of physical well-being and mental well-being, both has to be given equal importance at the school level itself. Then that is going to help us at the institution, that's a higher level, higher education institutions, it is going to help us or to shape them in a better way. And once again, I know that all the KVs and all the other schools are doing very well in this direction. And this particular workshop, one-day workshop, is going to add more points to that so that you can do whatever already you are doing in a systematic way and in the standardized way with all the mentoring aspects also. This one-day workshop is going to be a very good information to you, and it has to kindle your thoughts so that how you can implement at the school level, that also has to happen in this workshop in the form of discussion. I hope this is going to give you a wonderful opportunity for you to think about your thoughts and implementation of this. And at this juncture, I would like to thank NCTE and all the dignitaries for having such a wonderful workshop at NIT Tiruchirappalli. So NIT Tiruchirappalli is very proud to host this event. So the expected outcomes of the workshop include enhanced understanding of the vision and operational aspects of NPST and NMM, successful orientation and registration of participants on the digital platforms, and the generation of actionable insights to make the rollout more effective, inclusive, and outcome-oriented. Through this initiative, NIT Tiruchirappalli reaffirms its commitment to supporting national priorities in education and contributing to the successful realization of the goals of NEP 2020. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Madam has always emphasized the spirit of NEP 2020 and not failed to remind us that the success of NEP 2020 is not contained in that document. It is to be interpreted creatively with empathy and with the understanding that those around us must also be empowered so that the nation benefits in the long run. And that is the idea of a Vikasit Bharat. Vikasit Bharat has been Madam's mantra in all our meetings. So thank you, Madam, for your words. I now like to introduce to you Professor Rajini Ranjan Singh. He is a member of the National Mission for Mentoring Implementation Committee, NCTE. His areas of interest are psychological foundation of education, research methodology, educometrics, psychometrics, and inclusive and special education. He has been an education psychologist and a researcher in the area of pedagogy for more than 22 years. And of that, he has been a professor of education for 11 years, has been in most administrative positions, including dean, head, and director. He has been professor of education with the Department of Education, CIE, the Faculty of Education, University of Delhi. And when we move towards 2047, we would need somebody who is young, who has vision, and who has the drive to carry out very creative initiatives. The workshop is organized with such initiatives in mind, the rollout of programs drawn out by NCTE, and the fittest person to oversee the rollout is Professor Rajani Ranjan Singh. We are happy that he is here in this inaugural function, and it is only in the fitness of things that he addressed this gathering and share his vision. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning, Suprabhat. So, respected Director Dr. G. Aguila, Dr. S. T. Ramesh ji, Dr. S. Velmati ji, and Dr. Asa Sundaram, and all, the enlightened being who all are present here. So very good morning. So, particularly I was going through what is Tiruchirappalli is known for. So just Tiruchirappalli is known for is a good mentorship in the form of Dr. C.V. Raman. Tiruchirappalli is known for Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Tiruchirappalli is known for a good institution like NIT, National Institute for Technology. And of course, all we are here to understand what exactly National Mission for Mentorship and NPST, National Professional Standard for Teachers. So I feel very honored to be the part and parcel of this program and be the part and parcel of this August gathering. So when you see the motto statement and motto slok of NCT, so it's Guru Gurur Tamo Dhama. It means what? Ki Guru is the best mentor. And Guru is the Gurutam. Gurutam means what? It is the superlative degree of Guru. And when we say the Dham, Dham means that abode, the place of enlightenment. So when we see the pressing needs of 21st century, so 21st century is a very complex century. When we are dealing with artificial intelligence, when we are dealing with, the cultural diversity particularly, how to deal in the classroom. Because when you see the model of education particularly prevalent in the 18th century, when you see the model of education in 19th century and 20th century, and now we are in 21st century, when you see the fabric of the classroom, it is completely diverse. And when the diverse, we have to take in, we have to understand the diverse situation, particularly in the classroom. So teacher must be empowered. Teacher must be empowered in terms of pedagogy, in terms of content, in terms of empathy, in terms of to understand how to promote inclusive and equitable education and how to promote inclusive and equitable learning for all. So this is a very pressing needs of the Indian classroom situation. And when we want to make our nation empowered, then of course the teacher must be empowered. Because all we know that India, all the time, Bharat has been the Vishwaguru. And no country in the world is like India, because when you see the term Bharat, so Bha means light, Bha means enlightenment, Bha means Abha, Bha means Vishesh Prakash, and Rat means to get indulged into. So Bharat has been the land of enlightenment. So the being a teacher, being a guru, and when you see the etymological sense of Rashtriya, first time national education policy talks about Bharat-centric education. When you go through the national education policy, first time you will see that the very terminology, so that is Bharat-centric education. Bharat-centric education means what? Just we have to understand the piousness of the cultural integrity of the India. And because still after 75 years and 76 years of independence, still we are struggling for literacy. So it is really, we have to contemplate over, we have to ponder over what fault is there in educational policy, and is there any fault of implementational strategy, particularly when we see why we are still struggling for literacy. Because India, of course, sometimes we see that sometimes the flaws, whatever we have realized, we are not able to understand what is the need and what is the pressing needs of the Indian classroom situation. Because we have ignored our language, we have ignored our culture, we have ignored and we have just endorsed the foreign cultures. So that's why when we are not able to encourage our culture, we are not able to encourage our languages, we are not able to encourage the own cultural aspects, then definitely it would take 100 more years to get our student educated. So National Education Policy 2020 very much talks about Bharat-centric education, and that's why the classroom situation, when we see that the earlier model of education was the downward filtration theory. Now, the model of education is what? From bottom to top, that is the real model of education. From bottom to top means what? We have to endorse, suppose if we are planning for education for Tiruchirappalli, then we have to endorse the culture of Tiruchirappalli. We have to endorse the culture of the language of Tiruchirappalli, and then the classroom situation of, the Tiruchirappalli would be catering the social needs basically. So there should be the interconnect, there should be the interconnection between the classroom situation and the social situation, and of course then the national situation. So National Mission for Mentoring is all about to recognize our potential, because suppose it is all about to recognize the power of relationship. The power of relationship means the relationship between the student and the teachers, the relationship between the society and the teachers, the relationship between the nation and the states. So all we teachers, because being a teacher, definitely we can make our society more empowered unless until if we would not encourage, the very dynamics of the society and society of our own. So NMM is all about it because it's a flagship initiative of NCTE under Ministry of Education, and with a large pool of outstanding senior and retired faculty members, proficient in Indian languages, because we have to endorse Indian languages. Sometimes the classroom situation, suppose the students are coming with their own language, and if schools are not able to cater their specific needs, then of course the dropout situation would be there. So India is still struggling for dropout situations. Many students, they are dropping out due to, we are not able to cater their diversified needs. Because 9 years, just this is my personal experience, when I was professor of education, particularly in National Rehabilitation University, it is the only national rehabilitation university in the country, because it deals with the students with special needs. And students with special needs in terms of visual impairment, in terms of hearing impairment, in terms of the cerebral palsy, in terms of the locomotor disability. And when I interacted with all students, then I realized what is the challenges, particularly to have the campaign of inclusive and equitable education. It must not be a slogan only. So if you are not able to understand the diversified needs of the student, particularly for person with special needs, then of course we cannot have that achievement of the sustainable development goal number 4. So it talks about also the equitable and inclusive education. So that national mission for mentorship, it also talks about, because the pedagogy, the content, the inclusivity, the equitable education, and without endorsing the language, without endorsing the culture, without endorsing our own, the cultural dynamics, we cannot promote the inclusive and equitable education. So that's why, because every teacher has and must access to high quality mentoring support, because the mentor-mentee relationship, it must be there. And we have seen that particularly the Honorable Minister of State, the Honorable Chairperson of the NCTE, and all very enlightened person of the country, they are the part and parcel of this NMM. So this is our basic urge to get connected with this mission. And of course, when we would make our teacher more empowered, then the nation would be empowered. So this is the basic goal. And of course, because it is all about to cultivate a robust culture of mentorship in school, and it is not to support, but unleashing the potential, because we have to shape, reshape, and deshape the ignited minds of the classroom situation. So without mentoring, it cannot be possible. So this is all about recognizing the power of relationship. And of course, NMM covers 30 mentoring domains, 42 subdomains, and it may be increased even. When you go to the field, when you go to the society, then you realize that this subdomains should be included in. So this is all about pedagogy and classroom practices, professional growth and leadership, psychosocial well-being, because technology sometimes it is very good and it is sheer bad even. So just we have listened even the news, the 3 sisters basically they committed suicide. So just you see the impact of technology sometimes. So technology, as Madam rightly said, that it is mere a tool. How to use it, this is more important. So the psychosocial being is more important, and National Mission for Mentorship is all about building the true relationship. That's why we are nowadays we are talking about education 5.0. It is a human-centric artificial intelligence. So humanists should be there. So National Mission for Mentorship, it covers more than 30 mentoring domains and 42 subdomains, and addressing diverse aspects of teaching and teacher development. And of course, it covers pedagogy and classroom practices, professional growth and leadership, psychosocial well-being, inclusive and vocational education, ICT integration, and ICT integration particularly the human-centric based. It should be there Technology sometimes creates social alienation, sheer social alienation. We say that it's a social networking, but sometimes it becomes asocial. So from social networking to make it more social, it is more important, and because we should think, why contribute to the national mission of teacher development? Because it share expertise and guide teachers across diverse contexts, enhance leadership and communication skills, and join community of accomplished educators committed to improve educational quality. And of course, that improvement of educational quality would lead to the empowered nation. So this is very important, and of course, this workshop would be, creating a new landscape. And of course, that creating a new landscape, of course, it would create a new ambience of education, and it is particularly it is a pressing need of this 21st century, and the fourth industrial revolution and the fifth industrial revolution has made us a very, given us a new challenges. So that new challenges can be catered out through this National Mission for Mentorship Program and NPST. And of course, then it would lead to a new domain like a teacher professional development, continuous growth and reflective practice, and alignment of teaching standards and student learning outcomes. So we are struggling for quality learning outcomes. Then of course, NMM would lead to that, achieving that accessible, equitable, and inclusive, the very goals of inclusive education. And that inclusive education, of course, would lead to the inclusive nation and inclusive world. Then it is basically...
Thank you, Professor Rajani Ranjan, for emphasizing nation first and knowledge that upholds national value, and Nalanda with their good work. On that note, we would now rise for the national anthem. And after the national anthem, we break for about 15 minutes for tea, technical session 1. So, national anthem.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Tea is arranged in Bay 3.
Welcome back. We are beginning with the technical session 1, which is the conceptual understanding of NPST, NPST framework and NPST handbook. And it will be also followed by a demonstration of NPST digital portal. The presentation is given by Dr. Gohar Rashid, who is an expert in NPST from NCTE. So I invite Dr. Gohar Rashid to come and give a detailed presentation regarding the NPST framework and the digital portal. Please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Recently, India surpassed China with 1.47 billion people. We became the most populous country of the world. Now, before this huge population spread across the different sectors of our economy and society, thankfully, with the implementation of Right to Education Act, we all spent early years of our life, precious years of our life in the system of education. Now imagine a kind of movement that is going on across the country. Every day, more than 1 crore teachers of our country, they leave their home, enter around 15 lakh schools and stand before 8 to 10 hours in front of 25 crore children of our school system. So what teachers deliver in the classroom today, it largely decides the future of our nation, the growth of our economy, the health of our institutions, the health of our democracy, the social fabric of our society. It largely depends upon what we are giving to our children in our classrooms. So teachers, they are not merely the employees of the education system. They are nation builders. They are the architects of our nation. So, what kind of nation we want by 2047, the aim of Viksit Bharat, developed nation, that largely depend upon the quality of education we are providing to our children in our schools. Now the fundamental question before us, if we analyze and then summarize all the literature, all the research, all the evidence that is available before us across the world, and try to figure out what is the single most important factor, single entity that is highly impacting the quality of education, that is only and only the quality of a teacher. Now, who is a quality teacher? What are the qualities of a best teacher? There are multiple individual perspectives. But for the first time in our country, National Education Policy NEP 2020 has given the responsibility, mandate to National Council for Teacher Education to define who is a quality teacher. What are the qualities of a best teacher? What competencies, values, skill, knowledge a teacher should possess in modern day classroom? To define those competencies and qualities of a teacher, National Council for Teacher Education has developed this document, National Professional Standard for Teachers. So, if today someone will ask you, who is a quality teacher? What are the qualities of a best teacher? This is a model before us. This is a guiding document before us. And this document, this NPST, it has been not developed in some closed room. No. After a rigorous research, consultation, taking input, feedback from multiple stakeholders, teachers, administrative person, principal, KVs, NVs, CBSE school, state school, doing different kind of seminar, conferences, national conclave, these kind of state level programs, conducting a comparative study of different countries like Australia, UK, England, UNESCO documents. After doing this deep research, deep analysis for last 2-3 years, a common consensus has been made by the think tanks, policy makers of this document to define what different qualities a teacher should possess in today's 21st century classroom. Now, before giving this responsibility to NCTE and before mentioning this point that we have to define or set a national benchmark at national level, before introducing this document in 5.20 paragraph, the policy has given a background in para 5.17, 18 and 19. That teachers who are doing their best work, who are making efforts, who are doing best in the classroom, their efforts, their work, that must be recognized. They must be given a reward, a recognition to their work. And the growth, it should not be based on merely the length of service. If someone is doing best, he must be given due recognition, the promotion, merit-based structure should be introduced in schooling system. And career progression should not be seen as one has to move from PRT to TGT to PGT. No. Within each level of this career, there would be multiple layers of career progression. And different in 5.19, different academic leadership positions in BRCs, CRCs, district level, even at state level, they should be given to those who are doing their best while being as a teacher in a school or in a classroom. Now, after setting this context, the policy has introduced this core concept of NPST that I already said that NCTE has successfully developed this document that has been mentioned to develop in para 5.20 of National Education Policy. Now, if someone will ask me a question to summarize in a simple language, in just one statement, what is NPST? What is the core argument of this NPST? So in simple language, a national benchmark of quality teaching. What teacher should know, be able to do in modern day classrooms. This is the common or core or central idea of national professional standard of teachers. Now, after defining all those parameters, all those qualities, the basic purpose is, the aim is to help teacher, support teacher, empower teacher to achieve all those competencies, all those values, all those skills, all those requirements that have been defined in this document. So how this NPST will help teachers? In what areas? Once we go through our digital presentation, you will understand how this has been translated into action, all those ideas. A mechanism has been developed which will support teachers to identify their own areas of strength, areas where they lag behind, where they require further training, further mentoring. A support mechanism to provide them a transparent path to move from one career level to second to third, which we define in proficient to advanced to expert level of career progression. Once a teacher will achieve expert higher level of expertise, he will be or she will be recognized as a national mentor in our second program, National Mission for Mentoring. Overall, the idea is to encourage and ensure all teachers of our schooling system, they are passionate, motivated, and highly qualified. They are best to deliver best in the classroom. When you go through chapter 4 of this document, there are 3 standards that have been further divided into 13 domains and finally into 16 subdomains. 3 standards are core values and ethics, knowledge and practice, professional growth and development. These domains and subdomains, they are simply different qualities or characteristics of a teacher. I will not spare much time to define or give in-depth detailing of those, but the overall idea that I want to present here, that these domains, 13 domain and 16 subdomains, they define what qualities a teacher should possess. Now, here we have to focus. After listing out all those parameters, all those domains, all those qualities, they have been categorized in 3 areas, in 3 levels. Once a teacher achieves all those competencies, 13 competencies defined in 13 domains and 16 subdomains, he will be transferred or he will be called a proficient teacher, Praveen Shikshak. Similarly, once he or she achieve those qualities which have been defined in level 2, he will move to next career stage, advanced teacher, Unnat Shikshak, and finally expert teacher, Kushal Shikshak. Now the fundamental point that I want to emphasize here is, these 3 stages will be available at each level of schooling. Primary level, PGT level, TGT level, a further segmentation of career progression at each stage of schooling. So once a teacher achieves proficient and moves to advanced, move to expert, it does not mean he will be promoted from primary to secondary, from PRT to PGT, TGT to PGT. No. This is fundamentally wrong. We cannot do this. If we do this to label or to promote expert teacher at PGT level, we are doing fundamentally wrong. So in other way, we are saying expert teachers are required at the senior secondary level. And those who are proficient and advanced, they will teach at the primary or below level. No, this is not in that way. But the idea is at each level, these three levels will be introduced. Second point, when we introduce these three levels of career stage, we are not saying proficient or advanced teacher is something inferior than expert teacher. It should be understood like the example of gold standard. We have a 18 karat gold, then 22, then 24 karat gold. So for NCTE, for NPST, all teachers are like gold. There is no compromise on that. But some of teachers may be at 18 karat, some may be at 22, some may be 24. Some may possess all the characteristics that has been defined in this. But there is a possibility some teachers may lag behind in some of the features, in some of the competencies. They require further training, further support, further empowerment to reach at the expert level. Now, how it will work? What is the process? First, all teachers, there is a digital portal, they have to register themselves. Then the first, on the basis of three components, self-assessment, evidence building, external assessment. On the basis of these three components, a teacher will shift from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. What is self-assessment? Self-assessment of what? Self-assessment of subject knowledge? No. Self-assessment of schooling practices, teaching practices. What a teacher normally does in a classroom on daily basis. Different kind of situation or scenario based items will be provided to the teacher. And he and she is supposed to reflect on those situations, on those practices. Suppose I am a teacher, I am facing this particular situation in a school or in a classroom. What should I do in that particular situation? These kind of items will be provided to the teacher in self-assessment. Now, what is evidence building? One is a teacher in self-assessment claims that yes, I am using modern day digital tools in my classroom while teaching our children. He or she will be called for the evidence to support his or her claim, whether he or she is doing it or not. Then the third component will be the external observation. Both these components, self-assessment and evidence building, will go to our school head, school principal, and their further competent authorities to check whether the teacher, what teacher has claimed and what teacher has provided as in the form of evidence are matching. And then external evaluator or external assessor will rate that particular teacher using different kind of scale or rubrics or different kind of formats. So we have provided a weightage to all those components. Self-assessment 30%, evidence building 40%, and external assessment 30%. In aggregate, if a teacher is successful to achieve more than 75, he will be promoted from career progression level 1, proficient, to advanced to expert. Not what evidence I should develop, I should provide. We have enlisted a large collection, large sample of activities and evidences, most of which you are already doing in your school and in your classroom. But now this is a time to recognize, give a recognition to all those activities you are already doing. You have to keep the record of those. Build in NPST digital portal to get weightage for all those activities, for all those items. Next. Yeah. So, the basic idea, I tried to summarize what is here in this NPST guiding document. Since this is a policy document, we tried to translate into a very simple version. We have developed this handbook, another document. In simple language, it has translated this policy document to help teachers. As I already mentioned, since there are more than 1 crore teachers across the country, so for NCTE, it is not always possible to be available at each and every corner of our country. So we tried to build this document to make it simple so that teachers can go through it, read it, understand it, and then after going through it, register themselves on the digital portal, which is the second part of my presentation. Now what I said, how all those ideas, all those theoretical points have been translated into a digital portal, digital form. I will present that part before you. Play the video. Okay. Yes. This is a digital portal. Once we go in the computer lab after lunch session, simply you have to register yourself first by entering your name, email ID, mobile number, date of birth. Please be ensured to enter the correct email ID and your mobile number, because you will receive a code, NPST code on your email ID as well as on your mobile number that you can use further whenever you have to log in this portal. You can use that code. At that time, there is no requirement of filling all these details. Then you have to create, after date of birth, then role. When you click on the button of role, there are different role as a teacher, as a school head, as school administrator, at BRC, different kind of role. So today we are keeping it open for 2 individuals only. One is school teacher and principal. Either you are a teacher or a principal, you just click accordingly. Then you create a password, confidential password. You create it on your own, including different characters in that password. Then submit. Once you submit, you will receive a code, NPST code. Next. 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 Yes. Once you submit, you will receive a code. This is a login section. You will enter that code as well as the password you created. 2 things you have to remember. One is that code and another is the password you created. Then you log in. Next. After you log in, there are 3 sections of our registration process. One is basic detail, basic personal information. Name, father name, gender, date of birth, age, category, then address, pin code and Aadhaar number. These kind of information you have to fill. Then in next, you have to fill academic information from 10, 12 graduation, whatever degrees you hold. Then in third component, you have to fill professional qualification. Different B.Ed programs, whether you have qualified TET, and remember you have to, correctly fill the date of joining service. Similarly, name of school you are currently working, UDICE code of school, district, state, all generally the kind of information we fill while submitting any kind of form, online forms. Next. 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 Now, once you complete all the detail, this is a personal dashboard of a teacher. This dashboard will appear on your screen. So there is a assessment for proficient level, assessment for advanced, then assessment for expert level, 3 levels. You will be eligible for only that level depending upon your length of service. If your length of service is less than 10 years, then you will be eligible to appear for proficient level. More than 10 years, you can click on advanced and expert level. Next. Now, in all the 3 levels, 30 items will be placed before you. 30 assessment items. You have to go through it, read them, patiently, cool and calm, try to understand what the situation is and what kind of options are provided. And then on the basis of your own experience, try to reply that in that particular situation, what should I do as a teacher? Next. Next. These are standard-wise assessment tools, standard-wise assessment, and also the time has been allotted to all those sections. At the head of these questions, there is a time label. You have to watch that also. For every single item, we have provided 1.30 seconds. Within 1.5 minutes, you have to complete that. Next, play. Okay. Once you complete your self-assessment of 30 questions, whether you are eligible for proficient, advanced or expert, then the second part, as a teacher, you have to click on another component, that is CPD evidence. Once you click on that CPD evidences, click. Back करो इसको, play करो वहाँ से. Back. Yes, play the video here. Yes, wait. So these are the list of items. You have to check the different kind of programs, CPD programs, different kind of activities, different kind of certificates you already have, you have completed. Try to figure out with the activities we have mentioned in the portal that my certificate is matching with what serial number. Try to figure out. After you figure out that my evidences match out, say for example with serial 1 or serial 2 or serial 3, then on that particular activity you have to upload that certificate, that whatever evidence you have as of now, right now. Next. Okay, there is an option of you can view what you have uploaded. There is an option of you can download, you can remove, you can submit, all those options. But once you upload the evidences of all those activities, there is a review option. You want to remove anything, you want to change anything. But once you submit, make a final submission, after that you cannot edit or you cannot remove or retrieve anything from that. Okay, next. 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 Fine. This is the part of teacher that is expected from teachers. Once we go into the lab, we will provide you a detailed presentation there, as well as a kind of support, help. Our team will be with you. Wherever you find any kind of difficulty, we will help you to how all these things we will do once we go in the computer lab section after lunch. This is for the teacher. Similarly, for principal. Principals have to, similarly they have to go to this portal, then register themselves. A similar kind of basic profile detail they have to enter. They have to first register by entering their email ID, name, date of birth. But for principals will not receive any NPST code. It is for only teachers they will receive code. Principals will, or school head, they will not receive any code. They have to simple log in through their email ID using password and phone number. Then after registering themselves, they have to fill out the basic information, as I saw how teacher fill different section. Similar kind of form a principal has to fill out. Next. 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 This is a form a principal has to fill. Next. Move forward. Next. Yes. This is a kind of information. Next. Play the video here. Next. Okay. Next. No, move back. Play video here. Just a 1 second. So once a teacher fill all the details and after submitting, wait. The dashboard or the screen will be like that for a principal, for a school head. External assessor dashboard. Now what is the job of principal? He or she is supposed to enter the NPST code of his school. Suppose I am a principal of school A. My teachers from school, they have registered themselves on the NPST portal. They have completed self-assessment, evidence building, all those activities. They have to submit their unique NPST code to their principal school head. So as a principal, I have received 10 NPST codes from my teachers. Teacher B, for example. Then I enter that unique NPST code of teacher B here. NPST 00596. Now after clicking and submitting this dashboard will appear. It will give you the detail of that particular teacher. Go back. Pause. This dashboard will appear before you. It will give you the detail of that particular teacher, that he or she has appeared in self-assessment, evidences he or she has uploaded. Principal has a right to view those evidences, what he or she has uploaded. Then, play the video. Then after viewing this, wait, this rubric or this scale will appear before principal. This is what I already told, there are 13 and 16 subdomains. This is a scale that is reflecting or representing all those 13 domains. So principal has to give his observations on all those 13 domains for that particular teacher. As well as he or she can write whether a teacher is doing good in that particular area, particular domain, or maybe there is a possibility he is lacking behind in some areas. He or she can write those suggestions in that area for improvement. Next. Okay. So these are the three components that I already discussed. One is self-assessment, second is evidence building, and third is external evaluation. On the basis, the purpose of this exercise, what is the purpose of this exercise? The purpose of this exercise is not to test teachers. not to show that teachers are, they are lagging behind or they are weak in those areas. No. The purpose is to identify where I lag behind. Suppose when I go to a doctor for consultation, I do a kind of self-assessment. What part of my body is suffering from a pain? I do not hide anything from a doctor because I will not get a good treatment then. So to get a good treatment, I make my self-assessment. Where is my, which area is weak? So the idea of doing this exercise is to support you, to help you, to guide you, to provide you a training, to provide you a mentoring, so that whatever qualities have been decided and defined in this document, so all teachers should achieve those qualities to become a best teacher and deliver best in our classroom and provide quality education to all our children, so that we can achieve the goal of Viksit Bharat, developed nation. Thank you very much.
I would request the participants to note your observations and feedback. So one more session for National Mission for Mentoring is there. After that, we come back to you for your feedback and observations. And now I request Dr. Shubha Mishra to come on stage and present the conceptual understanding for NMM, National Mentoring Mission, and the handbook, and of course the digital portal as well.
Namaskar to everyone and a very good afternoon. Welcome to the second technical session on National Mission for Mentoring. You have just heard Dr. Gohar Rashid speak about NPST. Now let's understand another program. It's called National Mission for Mentoring. You've been hearing it since morning. It's commonly referred to as NMM. NMM, National Mission for Mentoring. So through this session, NCTE will provide very valuable information to you about what NMM is and how all school teachers will have access to quality mentoring sessions from experienced professionals. Before we start, there's a short video that's going to be played to you. It's an intro video. Please watch it.
National Mission for Mentoring. Hello viewers. The National Education Policy NEP 2020 highlights the crucial role of teachers in shaping students' futures. It recognizes that supportive relationships are essential for meeting 21st century demands. The Ministry of Education has tasked the National Council for Teacher Education, NCTE, with the leading National Mission for Mentoring, NMM. This mission aims to comprehensively support the professional development of school teachers nationwide to create a strong educational foundation through capacity building of school teachers. What is mentoring? It is a structured relationship where a professional expert as a mentor guides and supports a mentee to enhance their skills and knowledge. Mentoring helps school teachers refine their practices, stay updated with educational advancements, and address diverse student needs. Mentors are outstanding professionals who provide guidance and expertise to school teachers. Regular feedbacks and reflection lead to their improved teaching skills and effective strategies. NCTE will implement NMM through National Mission for Mentoring, the Blue Book, a comprehensive framework with objectives, strategies, and guidelines for effective mentoring. Sensitization workshops and orientation programs will build a robust mentoring system at all levels. NCTE provides an online mentoring session on digital platform which brings the mentors and mentees together to share their skills and knowledge. By supporting teachers through structured mentoring, NCTE nurtures students and country's future. Join us on this transformative journey towards excellence in education, one mentorship at a time. National Mission for Mentoring, empowering teachers, shaping futures.
Thanks for watching. Both the programs are by the Ministry of Education, but don't get confused. They are quite similar, but very different as well. So you can say the flavors are very different. Something like I can say sambar and rasam. The two different things entirely, the flavors are different. So that is how NMM and NPST is. So this is National Mission for Mentoring. So next slide, yeah. So let me begin with an overview of NMM. NEP 2020 highlights the need for NMM in para 15.11, which reads, a national mission for mentoring shall be established with a large pool of senior retired faculty who would be willing to provide short and long-term mentoring professional support to university, college teachers. So when we say mentoring mission will be established, we mean that this task was given by the Ministry of Education to NCTE to extend mentoring to school teachers. So as you all know that NCTE is a premier and statutory body of Government of India which oversees planned and coordinated development of teacher education in the country. In line with this mandate, there is a little interesting story about how NMM came about, how it happened. The goal of NMM was to gather, initially when it just began, it was to gather insights from a wide range of stakeholders, including teachers, education leaders, policymakers, and experts to form a very comprehensive and robust foundation for the NMM framework, for which we needed solid evidence backed by research findings. Therefore, not one, not two, but almost 6 levels of research was done. First, we created, if you can see the first one, we created a portal called My NEP 2020 in April 2021, in which 1,839 or so comments and suggestions were received about what NMM should be. Second, we conducted a pre-study of what is the notion of mentoring that people have in their minds. What do people understand by mentoring? And just for your clarity, although it's been clear in the last few times that mentoring has been spoken about, mentoring is a guiding relationship where someone who has more experience, more knowledge, and more skills, they guide others to help them to grow professionally. And of course, a part of it becomes very personal as well. It's like having a very wise friend or advisor who can share professional expertise, offer support, guidance, and encourages the others to reach their goals. So mentoring is all about learning, sharing, and growing together. In the third level of research, so we are on the third level. So in the third level of research, we formed an expert committee in September 21 to shape and draft the NMM Blue Book. So it was decided that unless and until we have a document, a guiding document, things will be difficult because you need to have those the backings and the research put somewhere together so that people later can read and find out what was the base of National Mission for Mentoring. After that, so this book had to be drafted. So after that, we organized a lot of open houses countrywide, and people went from place to place on their thoughts about Blue Book. So we called a lot of people over in the open house discussions to understand what should be there in the Blue Book. And thereafter, with a little bit of drafts that were created, they were put on the open portal. After that, back at the NCTE headquarters, after the open house discussions were over, several discussions and meetings and workshops were held to fine-tune the book to bring it into a certain amount of shape. After all this hard work and collaboration, NMM was ready then to take the first step, and in the 6th level of research, NCTE launched NMM in 30 schools nationwide as a pilot study. They did a pilot program. And finally, on the 9th of March 2024, NMM, the Blue Book, took its final shape and was launched by the Ministry of Education. So you must be wondering, what's inside the Blue Book? I know, the previous slide? Yeah. A previous one? Just the previous one? Previous one? Yeah. So what's in the Blue Book? So here's an outline in about 7 chapters what we talk about. So in the first chapter, we talk about the vision of mentoring. The entire concept of mentoring is explained. In the next, in the first chapter, you talk about the vision of mentoring. The second is about the concept and the principles of mentoring. Third one is about how the mission will be achieved. That is, who will be the actors, how will it be played out. All that is explained in the 3rd chapter. In the 4th chapter, we talk about who will this mentor be, how do we select the mentor, how do we know that they are fit to be mentors, and what will be the areas of mentoring. Chapter 5, we talk about how the program will operate and a little bit more associated areas in there. And the 6th chapter, we talk about unified mentoring interface, which is the digital platform. Now, since this program is online, it's not in the physical mode or offline mode. How it's going to be done, played on the platform, is explained in the 6th chapter. In the 7th chapter, we talk about the way forward, that is how it's going to be advanced and how it's going to be rolled out across the country. So you must be wondering how this mission will be achieved, right? So there are 3 players here, the mentees, the mentors, and the administrator. Who is a mentee? A mentee is a school teacher like you. They are the ones who need, probably they need mentoring. They may not be able to approach anybody, but if they have certain skills and knowledge that they want to receive from those who are maybe more experienced than them, then they are the ones who are at the receiving end. They are the mentees. Who are the mentors? Mentors are the experienced guides, the helpers, the professionals, the expert, who we feel are more knowledgeable than others, and probably they'd like to share their skills and knowledge. So mentors can help the mentees to grow, and they can provide guidance and they can provide support. They can be like a friend, philosopher, and a guide. So who is the administrator? Who is the administrator? The administrator is NCTE, because we organize these mentoring sessions so that the mentor and the mentee can come together on the platform, and we can ensure that everything runs very smoothly. And it's basically to facilitate the communication between the mentor and the mentee. In simple terms, we can say that mentees are teachers who are looking to grow with guidance, and mentors are the professionals and the experts who would like to guide the teachers. Next slide, please. Yeah, now here's the NMM framework. So mostly I think you've understood, because you can see the Blue Book that came into shape after 6 levels of research and more, and that's available in 22 scheduled languages, in Braille, as well as in the form of an audiobook. We also have 15 explainer videos on the YouTube, which a little later I'll tell you where you can find them. And so NMM, the Blue Book, being the base of the entire NMM, you also heard this word, unified mentoring interface, very sweet word, very interesting also, because it has a lot of elements in it. Because once you become registered as mentors or mentees, we are going to schedule, and you get and you are also onboarded as mentors, then you will explain the entire process to you on a one-to-one basis. You've also heard the word mentee and the mentor coming together, having an interaction. But this word domains, if you can see, just focus on that word domains. This is a new word here. Now we'll come to the word domains. So what does the word domains mean? Domains means they are the areas, very simply speaking. Domains is not a very difficult word to understand. Domains means basically the topics on which a mentor and the mentee will interact. What will they talk about? They're going to talk about those areas where probably mentees need mentoring, and experts who are available on these topics that they can talk about. These are the domains. So if you can read the areas that we've divided them into are practices, knowledge, leadership, effective teaching, quality education, and under these we've clubbed the domains. So the domains are art integrated, classroom management, storytelling, toy-based pedagogy. Under knowledge, you have something like competency-based education, leadership, community engagement is there, effective teaching, yoga, meditation, guidance, counseling, communication language. And they could also, you might also argue that some of them, no, they should be not in knowledge, they should be in practice. Well, of course they can be, because they can overlap. There's so many areas in the field of education. Quality education has foundation literacy and numeracy. So basically this shows you that there are 30 domains at the moment. So when we began the pilot study, there were only 12 domains that NMM could conceive of. However, way back from 23 onwards, we've moved on to say 2026 now. We've got 30 domains, and we've increased. That's because there's been a lot of feedback coming to us that you must include these domains. So I will also urge that in case you do feel the need to have something added, we'll be most happy to receive your suggestions. We can increase the number of domains as and when required. And so that's why it's a growing thing, so it keeps on increasing. Next slide. Yeah. So then, what are the modes of mentoring, right? Another new word, modes of mentoring. So here we talk about, say for example, let's see, because there are two modes, as you can see, individual mentoring and group mentoring. So group mentoring is easier to understand. So if I'm an expert or in probably yoga and meditation, then I will say that, okay, today on such and such a date, I'm going to hold a mentoring session for all the registered mentees on the platform. So say for example, on the 26th of February at about 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm going to hold a session. So those registered mentees who are interested in understanding yoga and meditation and its importance in the classroom, and how if I am able to enhance the learning outcomes of students, then I will be interested in knowing what is going to be offered by the mentor. So I'm going to go to that mentor. However, if we look at individual sessions, you will see that individual session is very need-based. It is very individualistic. That means I may have been facing some challenges in the classroom. For example, how should I use AI tools in the classroom? There are a plethora of them available. Everybody is just using ChatGPT all the time, but is ChatGPT suffice? No. I may be, wanting to know what else can I use. Sometimes I do feel, ChatGPT gives a very nonsensical kinds of answers and all that. So I may feel there should be something else that should be available to me. So I will say that I'm facing challenges in using AI tools in the classroom. And so there would be some mentor or the other who would be an expert in using AI tools in the classroom. And so they will respond to say, okay, fine, this particular mentee has requested for a session. I'm going to give an individual session. So then it is for that a mentor to pick up that call from the individual mentee to give them an individual mentoring session. So that is how it is different. So individual mentoring therefore focuses on individual needs, and it's helpful for mentees who need personalized attention. They may be facing any other kind of challenge which they can put on the platform. We will understand that a bit later. And in the group mentoring session for mentees who have similar needs and who want to learn from peers and to build a network. That's for group mentoring. Okay, thank you. Next slide. So what happens on the web portal? We'll see it a little later again. So mentor would be able to, like I just said, declare the areas of expertise. So then you will be able to, as an individual mentee, you'll be able to find out which is the area in which you need expertise. And a mentee can seek support. So a mentor will go and register and log in, then create a session, accept requested sessions from mentees. and then conduct the session, and that mentee is also able to give feedback to that mentor as to what kind of a presentation did the mentor do, did they do justice, and all, were they able to solve the problem, did they give the mentee enough space to ask the questions, or did the mentor say, no, I'm not willing to listen to you, please, that's an all, I don't know more than that, or I cannot explain, or my time is up, and stuff like that. So this kind of feedback you can provide on the platform itself to us, so we'll know which mentor performs like what. And a mentee will be able to register, log in, select the domains, request for enrollment, attend the session, and give feedback. So this was so much about what National Mission for Mentoring is. You've been hearing a lot since morning about NMM. So this is what NMM was. But it just doesn't end by just talking about it. We need to roll it out across the country so that every teacher, now there are 1.22 crore teachers as on the UDI's data. So it needs to reach each and every teacher. So that's the mission, to be able to spread it. So we've been holding sensitization workshops since 2024, and over 1 lakh PM Shri school teachers since June 2024 have been sensitized. There have been participations from almost all the states. We've been holding national conclaves in February and April 2025. We went to Shillong, Ahmedabad, Haryana, and October 25, we had meetings with the heads of KVS, NVS, CBSE, and generally to enroll them into the concept of NMM first, and then get the teachers to become mentees. And of course, we continue to hold onboarding sessions for mentors as well. So we've got information sharing and capacity building programs for nodal officers, diet principals, and director of school education in all the states and UTs. Currently, we just very recently went for a national conclave at NIT Calicut, where again we had a wonderful session of NPST and NMM. So because of all this effort, if you see, the onboarding status has gone up. Like from the time that we started in the pilot study, we had only 60 mentors, and they've gone up to 1,040 to 2,894, 3,353, and I've just come to know that there are about 500 plus mentors who are still in the pipeline, and they will be onboarded by and by, so that our number is going to increase even further. Total mentees, as on date, we have 6,803 teachers, and of course, with the previous conclaves that have taken place, many more teachers would have registered. And total mentoring sessions, that means individual as well as group sessions, about 1,900, so around 2K sessions we've already held on the platform, and that platform was Unified Mentoring Interface of NMM. And so domains, like I said, they keep growing as on need basis. After we made this blue book, and that was about 3 years back, a lot of changes have taken place, and a lot of people may have not really understood exactly how, because blue book is not it's only about 60 odd pages. So if we 60 or 70 pages, yeah, that's in your kit, by the way. It's there available, and you can take it out and take a look at it. And so we felt the need, of enhancing a lot of mentoring concepts and aspects and perspectives. And so we tried to create a handbook which will be like probably SOPs for the mentees and the mentors, and easy to understand. It's not that NMM, the Blue Book, is not easy to understand, but this is making things even further, breaking down every part so that you have a better concept of everything. Even that book is there in your kit, by the way, so you can take a look at it. And so at the moment, so like I just told you, the mentee, the actors, the mentor, mentees, and the administrator are there, and the table of contents has introduction, the mentors, mentees specifically laid out, how the program is going to roll out, what is our digital infrastructure, and the ethics and integrity, which of course is a very, very important aspect of mentoring. All these are there, including the FAQs, the glossary, the annexures, which are giving you a lot of forms and a lot of questions that you can ask. All that is available. May I request you to just put the flipbook link on, and we'll just take a very quick look, maybe just less than a minute or so. We just flick through it. If you click on that, it works. Are you getting the concept of NMM? I mean, like, it's okay, you can raise your hands. Are you understanding is it clear? Is it getting clear? Okay, that's great, because when we just take a look at the website and a little more aspects, you'll understand it even better. And once you register, things will be really a smooth sail. Yeah, so here's the flip book. So if we can just come to the first page, just the first page, please. Yeah, just click on that arrow that side, yeah. That arrow, the little arrow niche. Yeah, you'll come on the first page, yeah, just click on that, yeah. Or click on the mota arrow there, on the left side. Thick arrow on the left edge above. Yeah, so this is a front page, that's on your book. And then go back to the, yeah, and just keep pressing that, yeah. Yeah, so that's a preface. And move ahead, just keep clicking on that, just keep a very quick click on that. I just tell you to stop in 1 or 2 places, that's it, So here, this is the first chapter. It's very well designed and it's got a lot of, yeah. So we've got, one second, just one back. So we've got, a lot of activities for you so that, you understand it better through, comic strips like this. So this is just one of them, and most of the activities are very reflective activities, which you will really enjoy when you, see, and you'll find it's very close to your heart because it's all about the teachers and the classrooms. Just a couple of more flicks. And yeah, so this is how the book goes. And we quickly come to the, yeah, so this is the second chapter. And then you have the third chapter on mentees, and here we talk about the role of mentees, the aspects of them, and you have the third chapter on the program rollout, that is how it's going to move out into the states, and all of these are reflective activities. Then we talk about the digital platform. We've got some grabs from the platform itself, and we've explained them so that you can see them step by step and understand the process of mentoring. And be on the dashboard, and just a quick version of that. Yeah. So then this is on ethics and integrity. What are the code of ethics, which are of course a very, very important aspect. If there's a grievance that is to be raised, how it is to be raised, how it will be addressed, all that is also mentioned here. You've got FAQs, frequently asked questions. You can refer to them for better understanding, the glossary of terms, and of course a lot of annexures which tell you about the domains of mentoring. It explains to you which domain has what content in it. And I think that's it. Just a couple of more forms, Annexure 5, yeah. And acknowledgements, bibliography, and that's how the NMM Blue Book is there. Next slide, please. There's one more slide, I think, at the end. No, just go back. Yeah. I think that's about it. And so these are the social media handles that we have, where you can, go and visit and learn a lot more about NCTE, NMM, NPST, and then the next one. And there are some useful links that are provided, how to reach our web portal, and some releases by the Press Information Bureau, where you get a lot more information about NMM. I think that's it. And so we just come to the portal now. So we'll just take a look at the portal. I'm going to give you a live demonstration of our own website. So that will be a very quick one. Yeah, so this is our website. This is the National Mission for Mentoring website. And so if we we are on the home page, and if we scroll down, this is the home page. We've got a message from Sri Sanjay Kumar. And then this is our Honorable Chairperson, Professor Pankaj Arora, his overview. And if we scroll down, she's our new MS. These are the domains of mentoring. NMM, the Blue Book, is accessible from here as well. And if you go down, these are our master mentors. This is Professor Uma Kanjilal, who's VC of IGNOU, then Professor Dhananjay Joshi, Professor Shashikala Vanjari, VC of NIPA, and Professor Milind Marathe, he is Chairperson NBT. Professor Dibijyoti Mahanta, he is an ERC member of NCTE. Dr. Ashok Pandey is an eminent educationist. And Sri Gyanendra Kumar, who is a former Joint Commissioner NBS, he's also our mentor. Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant, he is VC of Assam University. Professor Sharat Sinha, she is HOD NCERT. Dr. Swaroop Sampath, I'm sure everybody can associate with her. She's an Indian actor and she's an educator as well. Shri Jain Chaudhary, whose message we heard, Honorable Minister of State for Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Professor Chankiran Saluja, he's also our mentor. Professor K. Ramachandran is our mentor. Professor Pankaj Arora, Honorable Chairperson, NCTE is also our mentor. Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani, he is NCRT Director, he is our mentor. So these are our master mentors because they are highly experienced professionals who have multidisciplinary and domain expertise, and they are strengthening the NMM program by offering a lot of professional and ethical insights. We just scroll down. So these are the videos I was talking about. These videos are available and you can go to the website and take a look at the thing. Now we just go back to the top and then we can see that this website is available to you in various languages. So you can choose your language on the extreme right, Prince. Yeah. So we just click on that and say we choose Tamil. So it's available to you in Tamil and other languages as well, all languages it's available. And so we just cross that option and come back to, see it's all available in your language. And we put a cross and then we come back to the English version. In About Us, no. So we have overview, organization structure, etc. We come to Resource Center. Next tab, yeah, Resource Center. So the Blue Book is available in all the 22 scheduled languages. Yeah, here. So you can come down, scroll down. So you can see the Blue Books available in all languages. So this is most important, to be able to reach out to everybody across the country. You need to speak in the language which people understand. So then come down to sessions, schedule the session. So this is where you will be able to see the sessions, the mentoring sessions when you schedule. You can see the upcoming sessions. So for example, the upcoming session is by Ms. Jabeen Abbas Ali on customizing lesson plans to enhance competencies in the 21st century classroom. So she's a mentor for 21st century skills and for classroom management. So she's going to talk about it on the 7th of February, which is today at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's a session by her. So those of you who can register as mentees today itself can attend her session. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So we go back up to see there are some past sessions that are available which have already happened. So this gives a list of the past sessions that have happened. So around 1651 group sessions have been held till now. So that's I think a very big number. And so we go back up to the main tabs and we look at statistics. Statistics, next one please. Yeah, we look at the dashboard, and in the dashboard we can see the number of mentors registered, mentees registered, the domain list. This is a very visual kind of a page depicted by images, and come down if we can scroll down and to see the types of sessions, the percentage of mentees from selected organizations. So where do they come from, which type of organization, the schools that they come from, and the top group sessions that have been taken by, say, for example, Dr. Ritu Sharma has taken 129 group sessions, and so likewise it keeps going down. So this is a very nice page. You can take a look at it at your ease when you have the time. And so we go back to the tabs on the top and we look at apply. So how do you become a mentee and how do you become a mentor? So let's look at registration as a mentee first. Here you click on this mentee and then you put in your name, and you then put in your last name and gender, mobile number. This is how you'll have to be doing the hands-on practice very shortly from now. Email ID. At NITT, okay, which is willing to be a mentee. A state, you select the state, Tamil Nadu, district, Chennai, district, okay, city, number of years, 2 to 5 years. So, from NIT, very nice, so that's good. So then OTP goes to her mobile number. We have sorry, this OTP will go to your emails, please. You have to check your OTP at the email. So she's checking her email and she's got an OTP, and so she's sharing that very shortly. But in the meantime, she's created a password, which you will also have to create. So your password is confirmed. Enter the email capital E, B6. And now she's sharing the OTP. Okay, some mistake there. She didn't receive the... Is the network slow? Is the network slow? Okay, so you're going to receive an OTP in your email, and that's how you only have to click on submit and you become a registered mentee on the platform. So that's for the mentees. So Prince, never mind, we'll move to the mentors. They'll be doing it shortly, so that's fine. Yeah, so now we do registration as a mentor. So here you have to sign up. First you do sign up, okay? And you put in your email ID. Here the OTP comes on your, SMS. So that's easier. So here's the email ID and the mobile number. You can give my mobile number, that's fine. Prince, doesn't matter. Give my mobile number, I'll get the OTP here. All right, she's registered successfully. So now she's going to log in here. So once that first part is done, you come back here to do a login. So we do Bhargava va22@gmail.com, mobile number once again. And then she's going to add 9 plus 1, and she shouldn't make a mistake in that. So 9 plus 1. Oh yeah. Mentor application form. I think she's got some OTP. Oh, thank God. Yeah. So once you're done with that, you come to this online application form for mentor, and you have to fill in your professional and personal details, which you'll be doing very shortly. So we'll just scroll through this, Prince. We just scroll through this. So we just show the personal and professional information. We just scroll through this. So you fill in all this, then you fill in your professional details here. You give your current work status, etc. You can fill in the domains, Prince. Yeah. So here you can choose all the mentors who aspire to be mentors, for which you should be having at least 8 years of experience in teaching. If you are that, then you can apply as mentors. You can apply, register as mentors, and then you can choose your areas, that is the domains, and then if you have any social web link, you can place it there. And just a few words or sentences about why do you think you want to become a mentor with National Mission for Mentoring. And then you go next to documents upload, where you have to just upload these couple of documents, your government ID, etc., your Aadhaar card, and a photograph if you have one. And then you just say, then you do final submission, and then you log out. And that's how you become registered as a mentor. So that was it from National Mission for Mentoring. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for both the presenters, Dr. Goha and Dr. Shubha. And it's time for the feedback and any clarifications from the participants if required. So the mics can be passed on. And I request both of you to come here so that you can address the doubts, if any. Any questions? Any questions regarding NMM or NPST?
You said 30 domains as of now, but it keeps on amending, you said. But what are the core domains? If there are any core domains, can you please tell me?
Shubhama, core domains. It's regarding NMM.
Sir, no. Nothing called core domains, because it doesn't have to have anything to do with anyone, any particular area, because we've got so many teachers who are going to be mentees. So core domains means we would be, kind of narrowing it down. We want to make it as expansive and as wide as possible, so that maximum participation from everybody. Nobody should be felt left out. Oh, my domain is not there. So that is why we want to have as many domains as possible. Likewise, I said that you should give suggestions for increasing the number of domains.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
The mentor-mentee match. How does the mentor-mentee match digital portal use algorithm or a manual selection to match a mentor with an appropriate mentee and mentor?
So we don't do any kind of, we as NCTE, we don't do any kind of mapping between the mentor and the mentee. It is like, when you go to a hospital website, you see so many doctors, right? And so you have to know what is your ailment. Once you know your ailment, then you go to that particular doctor. Suppose I have some vision issues, I'm going to go to an ophthalmologist, right? So I have to know what my problem is. So that is how NPST and NMM are different. NMM is very personal, sir, very, very personal. I have to know where I'm stuck in professional life, maybe even personal at times. So I have to know where I need to go. The website provides all such mentors and gives details about their areas of expertise. So, and of course, the mentors also declare the languages in which they are proficient, the areas in which they are proficient. So, everything about the mentor, like you know about a doctor, is available on the website. So I know who I want to choose. So we give total freedom to the mentee to choose their mentors. And the best part is you like this mentor or you like that mentor, or you like many mentors, doesn't really matter. You can attend their sessions, you can give your request as an individual mentee. So we make it as flexible as possible. There are no boundaries anywhere, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Actually, I have two questions about mentees. In rural areas with poor internet, is it possible to do offline mentoring? In person or using to app portal mandatory for every session? Because rural areas maybe in government schools, particularly not internet connections. So, and then next, many teachers fears that mentoring means monitoring, inspections. So actually, we are Tamil Nadu schools. We are using MS platform. MS means Educational Information System. So monitoring platform from BRT teachers. At the time, many teachers fear that inspections. So here, actually. What is the best way to explain to them that is for support to mentoring in this app platform?
Yes, sir. So, sir, thank you for the question. Very important, because then I think, what you've done is you voiced a lot of teachers' queries, which I'm sure they do feel, anybody would feel, that will we be monitored or will we be mentored? So nobody, sir. Every teacher is an expert in their area. Their expertise is not being questioned at all. It is, like I said, a very personal experience. So no teacher at any point in time is being monitored. We do have, a record of all the sessions that take place during the mentoring session, but we do never share any of the experiences that a mentee is talking to the mentor. So we maintain privacy, a lot of secrecy, everything is there with us, So we maintain all that with us. And the mentees can ask as many queries without feeling that they will be monitored by anybody. No, they will not be monitored by anybody. It is very personal experience. The individual sessions as well as the group sessions. In the group sessions also, they can ask as many questions. They will never ever be monitored. So that is the thing. If that dispels your doubts, I hope so, that you're not being monitored. Every teacher is an expert in the area, so that is unquestionable. That stands.
Actually, we have been facing this situations in the MS platform.
Sorry?
Actually, we have been facing this problem.
Oh, okay.
Already we have MS platform, the
Okay,
app.
sir.
So monitoring app.
Okay, sir.
So when I enter to open the app, just click, open. Okay.
Okay. So once we are there at the lab, you just let me know where exactly you're facing an issue, and we're going to handle that. right? And so the first question that you asked about rural areas, how it can be brought in, that is exactly the reason, sir, we wanted to roll it out across the states, so that, you know, we move into every nook and corner. Now, we can't go to right at the, you know, at the absolute, at the grassroots levels, for which, you know, we've got nodal officers, we've got state cells who are going to take it down to the teachers and explain to them and enroll the principals and the state functionaries about what National Mission for Mentoring is all about. So we do intend to reach till the grassroots level. So we are trying to make pathways and channelize our ways into how we can reach the last person, sir. We are doing that effort, sir. I'm sure in little time to come, we will be able to meet the requirements even at the rural level, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me, may I? Madam? Excuse me, madam, may I? Dr. Rashid, I've got two concerns. Number one, no one seems to be talking about the environmental cost of cloud computing. For example, you spoke about 1 crore teachers and all of us upload the high definition videos to some servers. All the servers, as we know, are cooled by water systems. For example, for a server to be cooled, we need to use billions of liters of water. And that water is extracted from the ground now. And our videos are uploaded in millions. Does our government or NCTE, are we aware of this reality of the environmental cost of this? Number one. Number two, see, I am lucky enough to have a wonderful principal called Mr. V. Meghanathan, or a friend of mine called Mr. Brajesh. Imagine my principal doesn't like me, okay? And I have uploaded an evidence, and it is completely under his subjectivity. Is it not true? For example, he can grade me very low, even if mine is very good. Or for example, I'm a principal, I like someone very much, okay? And the quality of the video is very bad, but I can grade her very high. So how does this NCTE look at the subjectivity of this evidence creation? Because external evidence is always judged by the principal. All principals are not equally, I'm not saying qualified, they are qualified, but principals are fallible human beings. They can have likes and dislikes. So these two concerns I have, I was just thinking about these two. If you have something to say, please add. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So far the question of this biasness from the side of principal is concerned. We have designed the mechanism in such a way that there is no chance for a principal either to do a positive kind of biasness or a negative, either to manipulate his remarks. Because let me quote just one example for clarification. Say for example, one of our domain in NPST is use of ICT in our classroom. And in self-assessment as a teacher, I claim that yes, through my academic year, while I teaching the students in the classroom, wherever it is required, I make use of different ICT tools, sometimes projector, sometimes PPT, sometimes showing them short videos to make them understand the lesson better. Now, once a teacher is in his or her self-assessment report mentioning this point, then comes the question of what we generally say, transparency and accountability. NPST says, provide a small evidence against or in favor of that claim. So as a teacher, I just uploaded a recorded video or some lecture or some PPT on the portal. That is okay, no issue. Now comes the third part of principal observation, external evaluation. Now here it is again a check for that principal, that even in presence of evidence, there is no scope for him or for her to say anything good or bad, anything right or wrong. Because in front of him, in front of her, there are two things. One is the statement of a teacher, what he or she is speaking, saying, claiming. Second is the evidence. So the remark or the weightage or the point on a 5-point scale principal is making, he cannot make it blindly. He has to first view those two items, self-assessment and evidence building. Then his remark, then his observation, that will be again cross-checked by the competent authority, whether his remarks or her remarks are matching with the evidence or with the statements that the teacher has already mentioned. So there is no scope for him or for her for any kind of biasness.
Sir, there should be some other ways of evaluating this thing, because as long as we are human beings, it cannot be ensured, sir. To be honest with you, I'll tell you a small thing. Yesterday, I was evaluating a paper. I'm a teacher with 23 years of experience. And the student had a problem with me 2 days ago. I gave him 5 marks. Then I rethought, this guy, he misbehaved with me. So he doesn't need 5, 4.5 will do. Subjectivity. It can come to principals, it can come to anybody. And therefore, my way of thinking is this sort of an evaluation by the principal. Principals, some are very good, sir, but not all.
Sir, the mechanism will not end at the by principal side. There will be different layers, multiple authorities, competent authorities who will check all those, number one. Number second is, there will be the digital portal, NPST digital portal will not be only at the central level, but at the state level. State will be given the right to adopt this system. There will be a flexibility. So the mechanism has been developed in such a manner that different at the block level, then at the district level, similarly at the state level, different authorities, nodal officers, administrative person will be engaged. It will not be limited only to teacher and the principal relationship. It will go beyond that. As far as the biasness of a principal or verifying the evidences, billions of evidences, there will be different kind of, components in that portal, different repositories. And it is not like NPST is not like a jump that one teacher has to jump from one level to another level. We call it is a journey. You will be provided a residency period of not less than 5 years. 5 years is a very, large period which will be provided the teacher to work on all those activities through the academic year whenever they get the time, not to disrupt their daily classroom activities, even during vacation, whenever they feel free, join online courses, different kind of activities, to collect slowly those evidences within a time duration of 5 years. Is that fine, sir?
I'm not happy with the reply you have given, but for the sake of argument, I'll take yours. It is not convincing. Sorry, sir. Thank you.
Regarding the assessments, we don't have any tool, to the best of my knowledge and belief as a mathematics teacher, we don't have any tool that will meet all the requirements that will assess. In statistics also, in mathematics also, the reliability, the question comes. Whether the tools what we are using to assess, they are standardized or not. What are the procedures followed for standardizing the tools, reliability tests? All these things have to be taken into account.
Yeah, sir, you just talk about the tools. Sorry. Sir just raised a concern of using the standardized tools, reliability tests. Sir, from past 2 years, NCT has engaged multiple institutions. We are developing these tools, standardized tools, through a proper statistical and research measures are taken. We are doing their validity check, reliability tests, making them, to use them only after a proper vetting. It is not different institutions across the country. They are continuously engaged to develop these tools, language check, grammatical check, sentence check, character formation. Then we are doing the pilot testing of all those tools. And then after doing the pilot testing, we receive suggestions to improve those tools, make further refine. Only after that, once we go into the lab, you will receive a set of tools. 30 questions, 30 situation-based items in each level. Those tools are given to you only after a proper standardization, proper vetting. It is not they have been randomly, and it is you teachers, professors, different, individuals who are engaged in the body of schooling. They have developed all those items. So there is a proper care and concern of all those issues have been already taken care of.
Sir,
Good afternoon, sir.
even after using
The
all
another
those-
point is the weightage. We have, weightage has been given to all the three components. It is not only dependent upon the principal remarks. There is a weightage to 30% to self-assessment, 40% to evidence. So 70% is in the hands of a teacher itself when it comes to the weightage. Only 30% goes, that again is not only in the hands of a principal or external. He is bound to weight his teachers or teachers only after on the basis of the evidences. He cannot do it blindly. So their proper care has been taken of all those things.
Excuse me, sir. Even after applying all the tools after standardizing also, there will be cases where my tool may not fit to that situation. For example, in mathematics, we are using some testing principle. 100 apples are given. We have to accept or approve the bundle, the packet, by testing at random. After that, suppose I am picking up a rotten apple, I am approving it. So there is no standardization, even after standardization.
I got your point. So basically, sir is saying, since I am a mathematics teacher, what tools I get, they may not fit in my subject of teaching. So right now, the kind of tools we have developed, they are not subject specific. They are in general situations we face in the classroom, in the school. They are based on that. We are not going to a subject specific or, I am teaching English or mathematics or social science. Once you go through in the lab, once you go through all these questions, read those situations, you will realize there is no contradiction in all those items or all those situations that we provide to you. They are general, they are basic, depending upon what kind of core values and ethics a teacher should follow, should practice in the classroom while having a relationship with other colleagues, with my student. How can I maintain my classroom inclusive? No, on all those things, how can I make use of the multilingual classroom? These kind of activities, these kind of items which are necessary for a teacher in the classroom, all those tools are based on those situations. And beside, further, once you go through it, after going through it, we have another session at the end of the day. You can give us a very minute observations in that session. So it is better first we go through that mechanism, go through that process, try to understand, do practically all those components. After that, when we receive the feedback and observation from your side, most of the answers you will get once you go through the portal. So I hope some of the queries has been resolved, and yes, So another session, feedback session is at 4:30. After completing the lab, we will take further questions, further queries in that session. Thank you.
We'll break for lunch now and we come back to the computer hall at 2 o'clock. Thanks a lot. Good evening, everyone. I request all of you to be seated so that we can proceed with the closing session. And we have the Dean of Academics here, Dr. S.T. Ramesh, and the Program Coordinator, Dr. S. Velmati. I request Dr. Gauhar and Dr. Shubha Mishra to join on the dais. As we know that we have a last session here today, which is the feedback session, where we invite the participants' comments, suggestions and observations. So the floor is open for discussion. All of your comments and suggestions will be very well noted and we will work on that. So I request each one of you to share your experience. If there were any challenges and if there were some areas we need to work on, or whatever the positive things that you found. So you can share with us and we are here to respond to you. Can give the mics to the... Anyone who has to contribute has to, there, towards the right.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். காலையிலேருந்து ஒரு புதுமையான நிகழ்வோடு நாங்கள் அமர்ந்திருந்தோம். நாங்கள் ஒரு 10 பேர் இந்த திருவெரும்பூர் ஒன்றியத்தை சார்ந்த அரசு பள்ளி ஆசிரியர்கள். நான் வட்டார கல்வியில் உள்ள புதிய கல்விக் கொள்கை, தேசிய கல்விக் கொள்கை இதெல்லாம் நாங்கள் தமிழ்நாடு அரசு நடத்தவில்லை. நாங்கள் ஒரு கல்விக் கொள்கையில் இருக்கோம். இருந்தாலும் உங்களுடைய அந்த திட்டங்கள், செயல்பாடுகள் எப்படி இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறத நாங்கள் தெரிஞ்சுக்க தான் நாங்கள் ஒரு 10 பேர் தன்னார்வமாக இன்றைக்கி கலந்துக்கிட்டோம். நம்முடைய ஒருங்கிணைப்பாளர் அம்மா அவர்களுக்கும் முதல்வருக்கும் நன்றி. எங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் அந்த மென்டார் இந்த விஷயங்கள்லாம் நாங்கள் 2 வகையாக பார்க்க வேண்டியிருக்குது. அரசு பள்ளிகளை பொறுத்தவரை வருகின்ற மாணவர்கள் படிக்கணும்னு எண்ணம் இல்லாமல் படிக்கவே வேணும்னு நினைக்கிறவங்க இங்கே வர்றாங்க. அதில் நம்ம இப்போ தேசிய கல்விக் கொள்கையில் அவர்களுக்கான வாய்ப்புகள் என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கீங்கிறது எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சால் நல்லாயிருக்கும். அது ஒரு விஷயம். அதே மாதிரி மென்டார்ஷிப் நம்முடைய பாரம்பரிய நம்முடைய நம்முடைய கல்வி முறையில் ஆசிரியர்கள் அந்த குடும்பத்தை பற்றி மாணவனை பற்றி அனைத்தையும் அறிந்திருக்க வேண்டும். இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய இது மென்டார்ஷிப். அதை கல்விக் கொள்கை இப்போ ஒரு வரையறையோடு அன்றாட பணிகளை பதிவேற்றம் செய்வதற்கு வாய்ப்பு உருவாக்கியிருக்கீங்க. உண்மையாக நம்முடைய பாரம்பரிய முறையை மாடர்னைசேஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு வாழ்த்துக்கள். இதை நாங்கள் எங்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டு கல்வி முறையில் இதெல்லாம் வரணும் தான், அதனால் ஒன்றும் மாற்றம் இல்லை. இருந்தாலும் இந்த மாதிரி கற்க இயலாத கற்க முடியாத மாணவர்களுக்கு கல்விக் கொள்கை என்ன வாய்ப்புகள் வழங்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு சந்தேகம் இருக்குது. ஏன்னா இப்போ இங்கே இது NIT இந்தியாவினுடைய மிகச்சிறந்த கல்வி நிறுவனம். இங்கேருந்து ஒரு 5 கிலோமீட்டரில் ஒரு கிராமம் இருக்குது. அவங்க பழங்குடி மக்கள், அவங்க இன்னமும் பள்ளிக்கூடத்துக்கு வராமல் இருக்காங்க. தமிழ்நாட்டில் கல்வியில் நாங்கள் 100% அடைஞ்சிருக்கோம், வெற்றி அடைஞ்சிருக்கோம். இப்போ 52% GER இருக்குது. எல்லாம் இருந்தாலும் இங்கேருந்து ஒரு 5 கிலோமீட்டரில் உள்ள ஊர் மக்கள் 8க்கு மேலே படிக்க மாட்டாங்க. 10th நாங்கள் படிக்க வைக்க போராடிட்டு இருக்கோம். அவர்களை பள்ளி கொண்டு வருவதற்கு, அவர்களை வேலை வாய்ப்பு தருவதற்கு நாம் என்ன செய்யலாம் அப்படிங்கிறத இது போன்ற ஒரு உயர்ந்த NCTE NCERT போன்றவர்கள் திட்டமிட்டு அவர்களுக்கான ஒரு தொழிலோடு இணைந்த கல்வி முறையை கொண்டு வந்தால் நிச்சயமாக நல்லா இருக்கும். இன்றைய வாய்ப்புக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. உண்மையில் நாங்கள்லாம் படித்த காலத்தில் ஒரு 30 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பு ஒரு தேர்வு எழுதியோ பல மார்க் எடுத்தோ REC RECக்குள் நுழையணும்னு ஆசைப்பட்டோம். அந்த ஆசையை 30 வருஷத்துக்கு பிறகு நீங்கள் இன்றைக்கி உங்களுக்கு கலந்து கொள்ள ஒரு வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு முதல்ல நன்றி. ஏன்னா வருகின்ற காலங்களில் இங்கு உள்ள இந்த அரங்குகள் உங்களுடைய ஆய்வகங்களை அருகே உள்ள பள்ளி மாணவர்களுக்கு வழங்குவதற்கு உங்கள் டீன் மேடத்தில் கேளுங்க. நாங்கள் சும்மா எங்கள் பிள்ளைங்க பார்த்துட்டு போட்டோம். உங்கள் இந்த சூப்பர் கம்ப்யூட்டர்லாம் நான் வெளியே இருந்து பார்த்தேன். இப்போ இதெல்லாம் இந்தியாவிலேயே ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு சூப்பர் கம்ப்யூட்டர் வச்சுருக்கீங்க. இங்கே துவாக்குடியில் இருக்குது. இது திருச்சியில் யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. ஏன்னா அது இது இந்தியாவோட சொத்து. இந்தியாவில் உள்ள எல்லாருக்கும் அது அட்லீஸ்ட் இங்கே இருக்குன்னு தெரியவா செய்யணும். ஆனால் துறைத்தலைவர் இருக்கீங்க. அதை பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கே அதை பார்க்கும்போது அவர் சொன்னார், உங்கள் அந்த இதுக்கு லேப் இன்சார்ஜ் சார் ஒரு 200 பேர் பண்ணுற ஒர்க்கை ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஒர்க் பண்ணும் அப்படிங்கிறார், சூப்பர் கம்ப்யூட்டர். அப்போ அதை பிள்ளைங்க பார்ப்பதற்கான ஒரு வாய்ப்பு. நம்ம அமெரிக்காவுக்கு போகணும், இஸ்ரோவுக்கு போகணும் இல்லாமல் நம்ம NITலேயே இந்த வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. எங்கள் அரசு பள்ளி குழந்தைகளுக்கு, ஏழை குழந்தைகளுக்கு அதை அறிவுப்படுத்துவதற்கு நீங்கள் ஏற்பாடு செய்யுங்க. இந்த மாதிரி விடுமுறை நாட்களில் உங்களுக்கு தொல்லை இல்லாமல் கூட்டி காமிச்சு போக நான் ஏற்பாடு செய்கிறேன். மிக்க நன்றி. எங்கள் ஆசிரியர்கள் கொஞ்சம் எந்திரிங்க, அப்படியே எந்திரிங்கம்மா கொஞ்சம். நம்ம டீச்சர்ஸ் இவர்கள் எல்லாமே அந்த அரசு பள்ளியினுடைய ஆசிரியர்கள். எல்லாம் ஏழை குழந்தைகளுக்கு எல்லாமே இலவசமாக காலை உணவு, சாப்பாடு, மதிய உணவு எல்லாம் இலவசமாக கொடுத்து சொல்லித்தர்றோம். இருந்தாலும் எங்களுக்கு இன்னும் இதை போல் உயர்வான இடத்துக்கு எங்கள் குழந்தைங்க வரணும்னு ஆசைப்பட்றோம். உங்கள் வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி. தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words of appreciation. And it's great that you're appreciating the programs, and you had a suggestion that all the programs should reach to every corner of India. So we'll be trying it, sir. That's NCT's commitment, and we'll definitely be trying. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Any more questions? Any more suggestions, observations?
Awesome, inspiring. Good evening to all. Millions saw the apple fall down, but one boy think why? Why is the apple fell down? Why gone up? So we are got the Newton's law. So we are the teachers. We are learning. Lifelong learners we are. So we are achieve more first, then we can try the students. Students are the achievers. Every classroom will have many achievers. We can got the opportunities to all the students. Somebody, which students are study well, focused only, study well students. They are appreciated, that girl only or that boy only. We are focused only that boy or that girl. What about slow learners? What is the slow learners நிலை? அவங்களோட சுமாரா படிக்கிற குழந்தைங்களோட நிலை என்ன? நம்மளோட ஃபோக்கஸ் எல்லாமே எப்போவுமே நல்லா படிக்கிற குழந்தைங்க. சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, நல்லா ஓடுற குதிரை மேலே தான் நம்ம வந்து பந்தயத்தை கட்டுவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் NITயில் பார்க்குறதுக்கு கூட ஆசைப்பட்ட நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. ஆனால் உள்ளே கூட நுழைய முடியாது. அது உண்மை. சார் சொன்னது 100% உண்மை. ஏன்னு கேட்டிங்கனாக்கா, நிறைய பேருக்கு அந்த வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்காம போயிருக்கு. அந்த வாய்ப்பு நிறைய பேருக்கு கிடைக்காம போயிருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி எந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டையும் டிஸ்கரேஜ் பண்ணவே கூடாது. அந்த குழந்தைகிட்ட கண்டிப்பாக ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு வீக்னஸ் இருக்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டை கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரென்த்தும் இருக்கும். நம்ம எப்போவுமே வீக்னஸை மட்டுமே பார்க்கக்கூடாது. அதுக்குள்ளே இருக்க ஸ்ட்ரென்த்தை நம்ம பார்க்கணும். அதுக்குள்ளே இருக்க பாசிட்டிவை நம்ம பார்க்கணும் இல்லையா? இப்போ நம்ம தாத்தாவும் பாட்டியும் தானே முன்னாடி இருந்தாங்க. நம்ம கிராண்ட் பேரண்ட்ஸும் தானே இருந்தாங்க. அவங்களும் தானே ஆப்பிள் விழுந்ததை பார்த்தாங்க. அவங்க சிந்திக்கலையே, நியூட்டன் தானே சிந்திச்சாரு. அதனால தானே அவரை வந்து நம்ம வந்து நியூட்டன் லா கிடச்சிச்சு, அவரை வச்சு நம்ம சூப்பராக கொண்டாடிட்டு இருக்கோம். காலையில் சார் கேட்டதுக்கு சொல்கிறேன். ஏன்னா மேக்ஸுனாவே யாருக்குமே மோஸ்ட்லி பிடிக்காது. உண்மை தானே? இங்கே இருக்க நிறைய பேர்த்துக்கு மேக்ஸ் பிடிக்காதுன்னு உங்கள் மனசாட்சியை தொட்டு சொல்லுங்கள். எத்தனை பேருக்கு மேக்ஸ் பிடிக்கும்னு ரைஸ் யுவர் ஹேண்ட்ஸ். ஒன்லி 1 2 3 4 5 அவுட் ஆஃப் 100. அப்போ அது ஒரு கோஸ்ட்டுன்னு தானே நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம். அப்போ அந்த மேக்ஸு பிடிக்கலைங்கிறத பிடிக்க வைக்க வேண்டிய பொறுப்பு யார்? நம்ம டீச்சர்ஸ் தானே, நம்ம தானே. நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு அந்த குழந்தைக்கு பிடிக்க வைக்கணும்ல. நம்மளுக்கு அதை வந்து உனக்கு நல்லது, மேக்ஸு நல்லது, மேக்ஸு தான் நீ படிச்சின்னா வாழ்க்கையில் நல்லா இருக்க முடியும், எந்த ஒரு படிப்புக்கும் மேக்ஸ் அவசியங்கிறத சொல்ல வேண்டிய பொறுப்பையும் கடவுள் யார்கிட்ட கொடுத்துருக்காரு? டீச்சர் நம்ம கையில் தான் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அப்போ ஒரு குழந்தைய மேக்ஸு பிடிச்சாலும் பொறுப்பு நம்ம தான். ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு மேக்ஸு பிடிக்கலைனாலும் பொறுப்பு நம்ம தான். அப்போ எல்லா பொறுப்புமே நம்ம கையில் தான் இருக்குது. அப்படிங்கும்போது மற்ற குழந்தைங்களை குறை சொல்லியோ பேரண்ட்ஸை குறை சொல்லியோ நம்மளுக்கு வந்து நடக்கக்கூடிய காரியம் இல்லை. நம்ம பேரண்ட்ஸ்கிட்ட சொல் பேச்சு கேட்காத குழந்தை டீச்சரை பார்த்து அப்படியே பொட்டிப்பாம்பாக அடங்கும். ஒன்று டீச்சர்ஸ் மேலே இருக்க மரியாதையால் அடங்கும், இல்லை டீச்சர்ஸ் மேலே இருக்க பயத்தால் அடங்கும், இல்லை டீச்சர்ஸ் மேலே வச்சிருக்க மரியாதை ஓவர் அன்புனால் அந்த குழந்தை வந்து மாறும். ஸோ எல்லாமே நம்ம கையில் தான் இருக்கும். அதனால் தயவுசெய்து சார், நீங்கள் மேக்ஸ் சார் கோச்சிக்காதீங்க. நீங்கள் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி சொன்னது காலையில் எனக்கு ரொம்ப வருத்தம். இன்றைக்கி காலையில் நம்ம என்ன கற்றுக்கிட்டோங்கிறத நம்ம பார்க்கணும். எப்போவுமே லைஃப்பில் பாசிட்டிவை மட்டும்தான் சார் ரொம்ப திங்க் பண்ணணும், நெகட்டிவை எப்போவுமே திங்க் பண்ணக்கூடாது. அவங்க காலையிலேருந்து சொன்ன பாசிட்டிவை மட்டும் நீங்கள் ஏற்றி பாருங்களேன். நீங்கள் போய் கிளாஸில் நல்லா தெம்பாக கிளாஸ் எடுப்பீங்க. ஸோ உங்களோட நெகட்டிவ் மாறும். ஏன்னா அவங்க காலையிலேருந்து இந்த ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது எவ்வளோ கஷ்டம்னு தெரியுமா? ஒரு கல்யாணம் ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுற மாதிரி அவங்க பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஒரு மேரேஜை எப்படி வந்து செட் பண்ணணுமோ அது மாதிரி காலையிலேருந்து சாப்பாடு கொடுத்து மத்தியானம் சாப்பாடு இது பண்ணி ஹாஸ்பிட்டாலிட்டியெல்லாம் எவ்வளோ சூப்பராக பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. நம்ம வீடாக இருந்தால் கூட நம்ம அப்படி பண்ணியிருப்போமா? இல்லையா? அதனால் தயவுசெய்து நீங்கள் உங்களோட குறைகளை சொல்லுங்கள். ஸோ அதையும் கொஞ்சம் அன்பாக சொல்லுங்கள், கொஞ்சம் சண்டை போடாமல் சொல்லுங்கள். இதே நீங்கள் நல்லா உங்கள் டவுட்டு கேட்குறது தப்புன்னு சொல்லலை. இடம், பொருள், ஏவல், இது மூணும் நம்ம அறிஞ்சு தான் நம்ம வந்து நம்மளோட குறைகளை கேட்கணும். நீங்கள் குறைகளை கேட்டது தப்புன்னே சொல்லலை. இடம், பொருள், ஏவல். அவங்க காலையிலேருந்து அவ்வளோ தூரம் கஷ்டப்பட்டு எல்லாமே பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அப்போ ஒரு நல்லா இல்லை அப்படின்னு நம்ம ஒன்று சொல்லிட்டோன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். நீங்கள் இவ்வளோ தூரம் சொல்கிறீங்களே மேக்ஸுன்னு, உங்கள் கிளாஸில் உங்களால் தான் ஒரு பையன் படிக்கலேன்னு சொல்லிட்டா நீங்கள் எப்படி ஹர்ட் ஆவீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி தான் அவங்களும் ஹர்ட் ஆவாங்க. சாரி சார், இது வந்து எனக்கு காலையிலேருந்து உங்கள்கிட்ட சொல்லணும்னு மனசில் பட்டுச்சு, அதனால் சொன்னேன். ஐ எம் ஸோ சாரி. நான் இது சொல்கிறதுக்கு இருந்தாலும் சொல்லாமல் என்னால் இருக்க முடியல. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Thank you, ma'am, for the a very good piece of advice. It's what the teacher's behavior is what it matters when it comes to classrooms. Any other observations, suggestions regarding the digital portal, NPST, or any general observations? Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is really, I felt it is really an eye-opener section, because so far I was thinking growth of a teacher lies from PG2 to TGT or higher. But today from NPST, I come to know that whatever grade we are, there is proficient, advanced and expert level. And regarding NMM platform, it is really helpful in developing the growth of a teacher, as well as it will reflect in the students also, because constant teacher guidance and everything, it will be a good platform for the development and also to improve our skills. And special mention about the organizing team, because from throughout the day we felt completely comfortable. So by the end of the workshop, I think my mind and stomach are fully loaded. Sure, and thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Good afternoon. First of all, big thank you to the team for organizing this in NIT Trichy. So we were all very much, I think, benefited from the session today. Morning we were not much aware of what this NPST and NMM were, but later now, even after the morning session, I had a few questions, I had some doubts, but after the hands-on session, I think the apps were very straightforward. It was very simple enough for everybody to access. And not only that, as a school, we had so many problems in making teacher complete the 50 hours of training. I think many of the CBSE schools, they may know the difficulty. So here, I think it will be an opportunity for all the teachers to find out the areas in which they need to develop and get the access at their convenient time too. So that I think it will be really helpful for all the teachers. And not only this, this NPST, as you said, with so many things, it's just the beginning stage. I think, yes, there will be betterments, as Sir said, there may be betterments in years to come. But I think that will definitely enable the teachers to find out in which level they are. So that self-assurance definitely is going to help the teachers to make themselves even better than what they are today. Thank you, team. And as she said, the hospitality was excellent and the team was very cooperative. Thank you so much all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. The program was excellently organized by this NIT team, and deliberates they gave a wonderful explanation. We have no doubt about it. Madam was talking about a mathematics teacher and the difficulties. After putting 30 years and more number of years of service, what I have experienced, that's what I conveyed here. Even everyone should accept this fact. Whatever tool we make, assess, there are difficulties. All the tools cannot accommodate the needs. So continuously the research should go on. The aim and objective of this NEP 2020 should go up to the corner, every end of the country. And I am actually from a rural background only. So what my concern is, how the program is going to be effectively taken to various places across the country so that children will be benefited. We can have healthy arguments, no doubt. As academicians, we have to argue. Wherever need is there, we have to improve upon. Everywhere there is room for improvement. As a teacher, we have to try our best to improve upon ourselves, at the same time to provide a quality education to the future generation. I once again thank all the deliberates who have given their wonderful speech here, and the workshop was very nice. And I am working in Kendriya Vidyalaya. Many Kendriya Vidyalaya teachers have come here. Many of our students are also studying here. I have put 30 years of service. Long back, some children studied here in NIT. So in the future years also, the NIT should continue to admit the children for for exposure visit and other aspects also. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Myself, Maheshwari, from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Ponmalai, Trichy. First of all, as everyone expressed, I would like to express my sincere thanks on behalf of the family of teachers and my principal who are here today to attend this one-day workshop. I came with an empty mind. I never knew what to expect, but after attending today's sessions in the morning as well as the hands-on experience session, I really feel that we are definitely carrying something today from NIT Tiruchi. Though the program of NPST may be in the initial stage or maybe termed as a pilot program, we also would like to get the maximum out of it. 30 years before, it was told, if you are not learning computers, you are considered illiterate. Nowadays, if you are digitally not sound, how much ever qualified you are, again you are termed as illiterate. So these two programs definitely will make everyone digitally sound and faster. And regarding the NMM program, I would like to ask 2 questions to Shubha Madam. Madam, when as a mentee, when I select certain sessions and attend it, after some days, if I would like to attend the same session again, will the video or the recorded material be available in the website? That was the first doubt I have. And the next one, suppose I selected a session with my code and I was unable to attend due to some difficulty, what will be the consequence? Please answer. Last, I would like to thank the organizers and the team again. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Jai Hind.
As far as your first question is concerned, the fact that you can view the video of the session. So we are getting a new program, new system developed at our end, wherein we will be able to make all the sessions available to whoever wants to watch whenever. Just to increase that flexibility, we are working on that system. As of now, no, we are not providing individual sessions to anybody. So that's not available. And your second question that regarding the videos, the fact that you've missed a session and that should you be able to see it. So the same thing applies because the video is not available to everybody at the same time. Well, maybe you could request for an individual session again and request to a particular mentor and ask them that, you had certain questions in your mind based on which you wanted to attend the session. So would you like to clarify it for you? So you will get a reply from the mentor. That I hope so. Thank you so much.
Any more questions from any of the participants, please? So we call it a day then, and NCT team at NIT Trichy is taking back the message that both of our programs and the workshops are successful, and it will be successful in future. And the way it is getting accepted, very well received from the participants as well. So we are happy from our end. And let me, before handing over the formal vote of thanks to Dr. S. Velmati, let me also share my experience with NIT Trichy. I express my sincere gratitude to NIT Trichy for extending their institutional support, excellent facilities, warm hospitality, and the commitment and the teamwork demonstrated by the faculty members, the administration, faculty, staff, the ITEP students, and the strong academic culture that NIT stands for. It reveals the strong academic culture that NIT stands for, and especially I would thank again the students of ITEP who were there every time throughout the program. pre-event as well as during the event as well. And on a personal note, from the day one onwards, since I had the privilege of being in touch with NIT Trichy team, with our academic advisor and our other team and our NCT team members, I must say it's an enriching and a truly collaborative journey. And the constant support, openness and professionalism at every stage of organizing this program, from planning to execution, is commendable. And every time when I had anything, Dr. S. Velmati was always there to respond instantly on WhatsApp or on calls. So she was always available. My deepest appreciation goes to all our esteemed resource persons and speakers for their deliberations and practical demonstrations regarding the two portals. And once again, I would like to acknowledge the efforts of the organizing committee, the coordinators and all the support staff of both NCT and NIT Trichy. And once again, I extend my sincere thanks especially to this institution, NIT Trichy, for their partnership and cooperation, and we look forward for many future collaborations in future as well. Thank you, thanks a lot. And I formally invite for the vote of thanks session, Dr. S. Velmati ma'am.
Good evening, one and all. So, first of all, thank you all for full attendance even at the last session of today's event. So, my immense gratitude goes to NCTE, Shri Pankaj Arora, Chairman NCTE, and DK Chaturvedi ji, Advisor of NCTE, for partnering with NIT Tiruchi to organize this workshop. And I would like to, first and foremost, I would like to thank our Director, Dr. G. Akila ma'am, for her constant and unwavering support to conduct this workshop at NIT Trichy. I also thank Professor Rajni Ranjan Singh sir, member NMM Implementation Committee from Delhi University, for coming over to NIT Trichy and gave his special address on the inaugural session. So thank you sir for finding your time to visit NITT amidst your busy schedule. So he was the chairperson's nominee, and we were really overwhelmed to honor him. He honored us by his presence. I thank the team from NCTE, Dr. Asha Sundaram, Senior Consultant, Coordinator from the NCTE side, and Dr. Shubha Misra from NMM, NCTE, and Dr. Govar Rashid, Shri Prince and Dinesh from NCTE for making all the micro level planning of the workshop and handling the technical sessions. So, most of the job has been half completed by them, and we are just having the host and other arrangements. All the technical things were managed by NCTE team. So my thanks to you, madam. I thank our registrar, Dr. Sendil Kumar sir, and his team of Deputy Registrar Finance and Accounts for budget approval and release of advance on time. And I wish to place on record my gratitude to Dean Academic, Dr. S.T. Ramesh, for formalizing different committees, and his team of associate deans, Dr. Laiju, Dr. Shelas, Dr. Tavasiraja, Dr. Vamsina, Dr. Vineet, and Assistant Registrar Academic, and all other academic office staff members for proper execution and overseeing the entire activities. Thank you, sir. And I will thank the heads of the mathematics, Dr. Ravichandran, physics, Dr. Nagalakshmi, and Dr. A. Shrikant, head of chemistry department, for their valuable suggestions and guidance in organizing this event. And as the feedback from the participants, the entire hospitality was awesome, and I wish to thank the entire organizing team in the order for the successful completion of this workshop, which goes in this order. So first of all, I would like to thank Professor K. Thirumaran, Professor of Architecture and Dean, Planning and Development, and Dr. Karthikeyan from the ECE department, and the entire hospitality team, Dr. Arivalagan, Gautami, Dr. Venkata Surya Narayana, for making wonderful arrangements for the entire team. And the entire hostel office team has considered all the necessary minute things and see that everything is there, from the morning breakfast to the water bottles on the tables and what so not. So a big round of applause they deserve, I think. I thank the Chief of Works, Professor Murthy from AAA department, and his team, Dr. Santosh Kumar from Physics, Mr. Saravanan, for making the hall arrangements and all the decorations, everything. I thank Dr. Ravichandran, Dr. Shrikant Nagarajan, Associate Dean, Dr. Jayaraman, Dr. R. Chandrasekhar, AR of Stores and Purchase, Mr. Hemachandran, Mr. Rajendran from Stores and Purchase team for making the conference kit and other mementos ready in the given time frame. Everything has been arranged in a overnight time. And the books, the NMM handbook and the NPST guidebook, which almost 600 copies of these things we printed, and it has been delivered in within one day. So here I wish to place on record the support provided by Dr. Professor Hemalata of Physics Department for helping me in getting the things done and delivered on time. And the accommodation team headed by Dr. P. Sai Krishnan of Maths Department and Ganesh Chandranandi, Dr. Abhijit Das, Dr. Tamil Selvi Madam from Maths Department for making the stay of NCTE officials a pleasant one in the guest house. And I would like to thank the CSG team, both the former and present heads of the department CSG, Dr. N. Sivakumaran and Dr. Rajeshwari Sridhar, and CSG staffs Mr. Karthik Raja, Mr. Faisal, Mr. Tavamani, Mr. Pichai Kumar, and faculty coordinators Dr. Balasubramani, Dr. Gautam from Maths Department for making all the arrangements like the hands-on session on the CSG labs and audio-video arrangements by the first year coordinator office team and live streaming. Everything has been done in a proper manner and your help is gratefully acknowledged. Transport team headed by Professor Chandrabose and Sonamani Singh, Dr. Sonamani Singh, Dr. Jitraj Saga for the necessary transport arrangements of the guests and other officials. I thank the present media team for the social media updates, pre and post workshop publicity in local dailies, and Professor Vinod Balakrishnan of Humanities Departments for his excellent Master of Ceremony in the inaugural session. And words are not enough to thank the service and support rendered by Dr. N. Ravindran, faculty of ITEP, and I also thank Dr. Suresh and Ms. Sangeeta of ITEP for their immense support in the workshop organization. I sincerely thank the first and second year students of BSc B.Ed for the entire arrangements made. So no one would believe that the entire workshop was organized in a matter of less than a week's time. I thank the deans, heads of the departments, associate deans, organizing committee members of NITT, faculty members from NITT, non-teaching staffs and officials from NITT and ITEP students for the grand success of this event. And last but not the least, I sincerely thank all the participants, district educational officers, diet principals and teachers from KV schools, CBSE schools, state board, Tamil Nadu model schools who have come all from different places to participate in this workshop, and hope you will carry nice memories from NIT Trichy and handful of information regarding NPST and NMM. And without you, this workshop would not be successful. So I thank all of you. I also thank all the participants who have joined online also. And if some name is missed, kindly apologize me. It is not intentional. I might have forgotten. Once again, I thank you all, and I thank the Almighty for the smooth conduct and conclusion of the workshop without any hurdles. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Sir, good evening all of you, and on behalf of the director NIT Tiruchi and on my own behalf, I thank you all. And yeah, because it's very first time to host this sort of event in our campus, because we are so much experienced with only the technical events, teaching and other things. It's first time as a government initiative through NCTE. So I've got a message from director and through NCTE also, we wanted to host these sort of initiatives in NIT Tiruchi campus. And director said it's okay and go ahead. But we had a difficulty in short duration of time. Anyway, we have a lot of confidence to execute because our team is very good enough to manage the crowds for examination and other details. So we said it's fine and formulated a team. And Dr. Velmadi was the lead team and I was at the back monitoring all these aspects. And regarding with your request, and I mean, morning we had a take-home message, something like whatever it has been discussed in this forum as a school level teachers, my director decided to share all the documents to our team also, because it's whatever they have mentioned here as a 2 documents, it is valid for ours too. And the teacher's role is very important, that's you already mentioned with. I've been, for me, myself is example, I've been trying to with school teachers, government school teachers. I'm from the south part of Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari, and I've studied in Tamil medium school. And my teachers has brought me, and I had a lot of role models. Graduated from IIT Madras, now I am leading a pool of teachers of almost 300 plus. So that is a success, and you are in an elite group, probably in a developed districts and also other things. You could able to make a lot of good things. And I used to visit a lot of schools, and based on your request, and I think some people have also requested for, and we are very open. And your team will be invited to NIT Tiruchirappalli to visit any of the possibility options. You can also invite us to at least motivate and spark your students at any extent, because we do follow 50% reservation for JEE admissions in Tamil Nadu. Those who have studied +1 and +2 in Tamil Nadu as a state quota. And it is a right potential, Trichy is right potential to take care of a lot of good students. And our team and also our students, team of students in the club, are ready to teach whatever extent you want. And that's a social activity or social connect with respect to NIT Trichy to outside the particular city and so on. You are always welcome, and our team is ready to take up. And one more message is about whatever I have learned in my education is about teacher is a dictator. And we have changed the logic is teacher is facilitator of knowledge, not a dictator. So please change that, the attitude. Probably the students also may learn a lot of good things. Make a take-home message, teacher is not a dictator, teacher is a facilitator of knowledge. And don't say in the class, don't talk. You ask the students to talk each other. The two policies we have taken in NIT Tiruchirappalli, classes should be always is noisy, learning happens automatically inside the class. And one more, you should also mention there are a lot of privileges in the NIT plus IIT system. Learning happens outside the classroom also. And now we have introduced a system called outside the classroom, how much time they are spent in a particular subjects. You can also take a lot of good take-home message from NIT Tiruchirappalli. These two. One is about teacher is not a dictator, teacher is a facilitator of knowledge. And don't say all the time is don't talk each other, ask the students to talk. And you should also provide the classroom, other than classroom, take a facility to learn outside the classroom. So with these 3 points, you are always welcome, and you can also invite us to your school for any of the aspects. We are ready to help you. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Let's stand for the national anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We all join for the high tea. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Please join us for the high tea.
Sir, all teachers, can you please join for a small mass photograph? Yes. Yeah, please make it fast because it is now device for other program and they'll be waiting outside. Please make it fast. Yeah, please make it fast. Yeah, please join fast. Vijay Kumar, sir. Huh? Sir, please come fast.